And live from beautiful Bellingham, Washington, located in the smoke-filled west coast of North America, the cultural center of Whatcom County here in Bellingham, Washington. I'm happy to bring you the first episode of my new internet TV show. Hopefully not the last episode. Apocalypse Cow. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot my applause sign. Applause. Thank you. And here's your host, Dana Lyons. Here's Dana. Hello everyone. Welcome. Oh well, we've got some messages already on the board. Ann from Bellingham, Chris from Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Dana Lyons, and I'm kicking off my internet show called Apocalypse Cow. And I was planning on starting this show when the rains come later on in the winter. This summer I've been mostly focusing on swimming and getting in shape and hiking and having a good time. I didn't want to sit in front of a computer until I had to, but now, here on the west coast of the United States, the air is too toxic to go out and breathe in. So we are trapped in our homes, and I am lucky enough to have an air filter and a box fan with one of those MERV 13 filters in front of it that I got during the last forest fire epic a few years ago. Some of my friends aren't that lucky. Some of my friends are stuck in their rooms without an air purifier. The air here in Bellingham, the air quality is reading at about 280 according to the EPA, and about 280 according to the Washington Department of Ecology, and 230 according to the EPA. I'm not sure why that discrepancy is such. Maybe one of you scientists out there can explain that to me. Or maybe it's just as one friend said, who would you trust? The U.S. federal government or the Washington state government? I won't give the answer to that away. Okay, I see we got people from BC. Carrie, oh my God, Carrie is calling in all the way from northwestern Australia. Michael Gates, I hate the smell of burning forests in the morning. Yeah. Okay. It's smoky up in BC. Okay, I'm sorry that you are getting it too. It is rough. Smoky in Olympia. Yeah, I know it's terrible down in Seattle and Olympia. Oh, Ian is down in Vancouver. Oh man, it's between 400 and 500 in Portland. The air quality index is between 400 and 500 in Spokane. It is rough out there. It is rough. There's Chad. There's Leslie. It's where the air monitors. You know. I looked at that. Thank you, Leslie. The air monitors are located in the same place in Bellingham. That's what's confusing me. Pacific Avenue, but I could be wrong at that. But we will figure this out. We've got until the smoke clears to figure this out. 476 in Veneta. Is that down? Oh, that's by. Oh God, that's by Eugene. Yeah, my heart really goes out to my friends down in Salem and Eugene. I was camping up in the lava fields up by the Sisters volcanoes in Oregon, I don't know, 6-8 weeks ago. It was spectacular. And I stopped to call up my dad from a parking lot in Detroit, Oregon. And I'm pretty paranoid about the whole COVID thing, so I was looking at all these cool little restaurants, and there's a drive-in spot in Detroit, Oregon. And I was like, God, I wish I could go in there. There's some beautiful old buildings. It's a old logging town, a tourist town. There's state parks up there, a beautiful spot. And Detroit is gone. It really breaks my heart. And I've had several friends lose their homes. It's a tough time. And And actually, that's why I'm here. I woke up, I was going to work on a music video today, and then I just thought, okay, you're going to do this show called Apocalypse Cow. Why not start when the apocalypse is actually occurring? And I can't go swimming. The temperature is like 10, 20 degrees lower than it was supposed to be because there's so much smoke in the air. Hi, Katie. Thank you. Yes, the awesome diversion. That is the purpose. Put that on the show here. Thanks for the awesome diversion. That is why I'm doing this. I figure I need a diversion. You need a diversion. We need a diversion. We need a diversion. And that is what my new show, Apocalypse Cow, is all about. Actually, I have no idea what the show is all about. I have some vague ideas, but I'm starting it today. This is episode 1. This will be a historic day. And I hope the apocalypse blows away soon. But who knows? Who knows what's happening? It's a crazy time. But this is a diversion. We're trapped in our homes. We can't go outside. All the way from British Columbia down to Southern California. I assume Mexico. But as you might have noticed, most American news doesn't cover Mexico very much. I assume they have smoke down there, but I hope they don't. Maybe they're not showing up in the smoke news because Mexico has no smoke, but I don't know. Okay. Well, I will be accepting requests today from a limited group. Okay, so listen carefully to make sure that you are going to be one of the few who are allowed to make requests today. You need to either be in the smoke zone on the west coast of the United States, well, North America, I'll say, going from British Columbia down to Mexico. If you're in there, you're allowed to make a request. If you are being affected by the pandemic, you are allowed to make a request. If your democracy is under threat, you are allowed to make a request. Or if you're feeling a little down, you're allowed to make a request. Okay, so please limit it to that small group. Those of you who are not in that group, you're going to have to wait till episode 2. Okay. United in diversion. I'm never going to write a song. There's something interesting. Wow. Ooh, yes. Clackamas County. Wow. Yeah. Clackamas County in Oregon is under level 3 evacuation order. 500,000 people at least are poised to evacuate from Oregon. Our governor here in Washington State announced 2 nights ago now, he asked us to stay off the roads in southern Washington in case 500,000 people from Oregon need to evacuate here. You know, the folks in Oregon who are getting hammered, they can't go to California because California is getting hammered. And we have giant fires here in Washington, but we're not as bad as down there. So stay off the roads in southern Washington in case Oregon needs to come here. And I hope you don't need to come here, but if you do, we will welcome you and take care of you. Okay. Annette is in New York City. Hi, Annette. Let's see. I can't keep track of these things. So much fun here. All right. I can't. Oh, well, I guess I'll just stay up there. Oh, there we go. I'm getting it to work. Oh, Katie wants Turn of the Ranch. Cane Toad Mustard from Carrie. Ooh, I hope I remember the words to that one. I was rehearsing that a few weeks ago. Alger I bet Alger's in a smoke zone. You're right smack up against the mountains. Hello, Annette and Richard and Jordan. Oh, Jordan's there. Hi, Jordan. Okay, Katie. Hi, Katie. Oh, Katie, I miss you. Katie and I worked for the longest time until Spotify started. We still work together, but not as much as I would like. I listened to Spotify this morning. I shouldn't. It just changed. To put it in a polite way, the economics of musicians changed. How is that for polite? Okay, let me go back and read. I am going to sing Cows with Guns here. Hugh! Burning House Smoke. Oh, yeah, Hugh was just across the pond. Okay, Hugh's here in Bellingham. Lisa's in Australia. Oh, yes. And it's, Australia, of course, in their summer, which is, the Northern Hemisphere's winter, just got hammered. it was awful with fires, and many of my friends in Australia went back to their towns and fought the blaze. And as the governor of California said on the news last night, when you're out there in the fire smoke, it's like smoking 20 packs of cigarettes a day, or worse. And but what happened was for some of the small towns in Australia, everyone came home from all over the country, and the whole region didn't work for months. And those people who could be on the front lines were out there fighting the blazes, and those people who couldn't be on the front lines were cooking for them and organizing, and it was very intense. And they saved a lot of homes, a lot of towns. The way the system works here in the United States is currently different. I don't fully understand it all, but I think we maybe just have a larger professional forest fire fighting brigade. I have several friends who are fighting the fire right now, and I urge them to be safe. Crazy times, crazy times. There's Jordan. All right, Robin. Hi, Robin, from the Swinomish Reservation. There's Ian down in Vancouver, where I think Vancouver, Washington is sitting at 500. Count them, 500. That means the meter's pegged. They don't measure higher than 500, the Environmental Protection Agency or the Washington Department of Ecology. So you're going to get Sweet New Orleans. How I Miss Your Dog. Okay, Sienna wants How I Miss Your Dog and Sweet New Orleans as an appropriately Apocalypse Cow appropriate song. That's true. The only problem, Sienna, I really wish I had played Sweet New Orleans in the last 5 years. But I may give it a try. Because we're live on Facebook. And when you're live on Facebook during the pandemic, expectations are really low. Yes, the blessing of being live is part of the reason live is interesting, is because at any moment, the person who is live is going to mess up. He's going to fumble. Oh man, I know he's going to lose this verse. But you see, it's possible that someone out there will know the verse that I forget and they'll be able to tell me. But anyway, I may attempt that. Because you're in Vancouver, and I haven't seen Ian and Sienna for so long, I may attempt that. Whew, I should be practicing more. In any case, I'm your host, Dana Lyons, and you're listening to the first ever episode of Apocalypse Cow. There's a certain ring to it, doesn't it? Nothing like punning the most famous movie in the English-speaking world. Fat and docile, big and dumb. They look so stupid, they aren't much fun. Cows aren't fun. They eat to grow, grow to die, die to be et at the hamburger fry. Cows well done. Nobody thunk it, nobody knew, no one imagined the great cow guru. The cows are one. He hid in the forest, read books with great zeal. He loved Che Guevara, a revolutionary veal. Cow say tongue. He spoke about justice, but nobody stirred. He felt like an outcast alone in the herd. A cow doll drums. He mooed we must fight, escape or we'll die. Cows gathered around because the stakes were so high. Bad cow pun. But then he was captured, stuffed into a crate, loaded onto a truck where he rode to his fate. Cows are bummed. He was a scrawny calf who looked rather woozy. No one suspected he was packing an Uzi. Cows with guns. They came with a needle to stick in his thigh. He kicked for the groin. He pissed in their eye. Cow well hung. Knocked over a tractor and ran for the door. 6 gallons of gas flowed out on the floor. Now run, cows, run. He picked up a bullhorn and jumped up on the hay. We are free-roving bovines. We run free today. We will fight for bovine freedom and hold our large heads high. We will run free with the buffalo or die. Cows with guns. They crashed the gate in a great stampede, tipped over a milk truck, torched all the feed. Cows have fun. 60 police cars were piled in a heap, covered in cow pies, covered up deep. And much cow dung. Black smoke rising, darkening the day. 12 burning McDonald's. Have it your way. We will fight for bovine freedom and hold our large heads high. We will run free with the buffalo or die. Cows with guns. The president said, "Enough is enough. These uppity cattle, it's time to get tough." Cow dung flung. The newspapers gloated, folks sighed with relief. Tomorrow at noon, they would all be ground beef. The cows on buns. The cows were surrounded. They waited and prayed. They mooed their last moos. They chewed their last hay. A cow's outgunned. The order was given to turn cows to whoppers, enforced by the might of 10,000 coppers. But on the horizon, surrounding the shoppers, came the deafening roar of chickens in choppers. We will fight for a bovine freedom and hold our large heads high. We will run free with the buffalo or die. Oh, oh, cows with guns. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. There's 25,000 people packed into my studio here. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode of Apocalypse Cow. Hopefully not the last episode. See how my ratings are. I'm here in Bellingham, Washington. We are in the smoke zone big time. The air is bad on the entire west coast of the United States, also in British Columbia, and I'm guessing down on the Baja of Mexico also. I'm looking out my window, and it's just nasty out there. And this time of the day, for some reason, it tends to go up. The numbers are climbing. We're up at about 230 according to the EPA, around 280 according to the Washington Department of Ecology. The whole West Coast, Southern California, Central California, Northern California, Oregon is unbelievable. California's been dealing with this for weeks. I think we're in like day 4 of not being able to go outdoors. It's intense. I was supposed to be hiking, backpacking with my friend Tim McHugh and his family, and that got canceled. It's inconvenient when the apocalypse gets in the way of your vacation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it's heavy. It's heavy. I'm joking about that, but it's a heavy deal, especially for the people in the fire zones and in the mega smoke zones. We're in a bad smoke zone. The people in mega smoke zones, I'm lucky. I'm holed up in a small room with an air purifier, and the air has been pretty good. I've got the air purifier turned off right now, so it doesn't come over the sound, but hopefully the smoke stays out. All right, I'm going to put on my glasses here and see what kind of comments and requests we have. Okay. Okay, thank you, Christine. Okay, aloha. We got from Ohio, Wendy. You're welcome. Got a few folks from Bellingham. Tibor is watching Olympia. Hi, Tibor. I'm not sure we have any Californians watching. It's morning in Australia. It's nighttime in Europe. I don't know. We might be too late in Europe for this apocalyptic. Yes. Yep. I appreciate the condolences that Heidi is sending for everyone's lost people in the pandemic. Yeah. And I've received some heavy news this week on the pandemic. A few of my friends have got it. I'm very worried. Okay, RV or Sea Shepherd from Terry. Issaquah. Okay. Dana and Ferndale. Just going reading through Fire in the Sky. Oh my God. Oh wow, Jim, you're going to California. Oh, you're going to the fire. You're going to fight the fires. Okay. Wow. Well, Godspeed with you. Take care of Jim as you're fighting the fire down there. Okay. Smoke on the water. From Robert Davis. I would sing Smoke on the Water. I know how to play Smoke on the Water. I learned Smoke on the Water when I was in 7th grade. Everyone who was in 7th grade in 1972 knew Smoke on the Water. I can't even do it. You know why I can't sing it? Because Facebook's algorithms or YouTube algorithms will pick it up. And it's like, that man is singing a copyrighted song, and they will shut me down. Now, I understand that people are sneaking through with with covers on Facebook quite a bit, that they're getting more lenient and there's something to do on YouTube, but I got shut down a couple times. I'm paranoid. I got to learn the rules before I sing Smoke on the Water, but I think that's very funny. That's appropriate. 2 requests for Cane Toad Buster. Okay, that's okay. I could sing I've learned how to sing "Beds Are Burning" by Midnight Oil, but I can't sing that. Can't do "Fire and Rain" by James Taylor. We could really go off on the fire puns. Okay, thank you, Bert. Okay, looking down through. Okay, the Orca song for Heidi. Okay, Natalie from France. So we do have someone watching from Europe. Hi, Natalie. Good to hear from you. I met Natalie way back when Cows with Guns was a hit in Ireland. And thank you. Yeah, it's rough here. It's it's intense, and it's I'm having a good time right now because I'm chatting with you. But honestly, I've got the filter off, and my lungs are starting to get a little funky. I have to turn it back on. You might have to listen to the sound of as I do this. But it's hard. It's oppressive. It's very sad to look out. It feels apocalyptic. It feels like the end of the world, because for some people it actually is, or maybe it's the end of their town or the end of their house. Everything's changed. The reality is that this is the new normal, and for those who are paying attention, you might notice that the fires get a little worse and go a little further north every year. This is where it's going unless humanity gets its act together. This may be where it's going even if humanity does get its act together. That's another story. Actually, that's part of what I'm hoping to do with the show over time, besides rambling, talking about forest fire smoke and singing the occasional bad pun. I'm hoping to tell some stories about outstanding local groups who have fought and won important environmental and social justice battles in their communities. There's so many brilliant, good, hardworking people all over the world really doing their best, trying to create a sustainable culture. And I'm going to be telling stories. I'm hoping to do some interviews, some of my heroes around the world who are doing amazing work. And, the news, I know the corporate nightly news tries to put some good news on there, but mine, I'll be, I'm hoping to share with you stories of incredible organizing in communities and regions around the world where they're actually making progress, where they're actually building a sustainable culture, where they're actually creating hope for the youth. This is going on, and it doesn't get covered that much in the news. So I'm lucky enough to know a lot of these people, so I'll cover it in my shows. Okay, I'm going to take an attempt now. Since there's been 2 requests for cane toad mustard, let's see how I do here. Uh-oh. There's never been an issue here where everyone agrees. Starts like that. Let's see how far I get. Might get the chords wrong. There's never been an issue here where everyone agreed, except for needing more cold beer at a Friday evening feed. And anybody's gonna fight when anyone's gonna fight. Anyone's gonna fight. Oh, wait. We have technology. I can cheat. Okay. What you're witnessing now, live on Facebook, is that the songwriter of his hit song, well, gotta tell myself that at least, cannot remember the words. Okay, so you can look at the internet if it works. I'll see if it's on there. Cane toad muster lyrics. Okay. Now there's a reason. Oh, there's Jack Tinapple and I singing the video. Oh, no, it has not on the internet. Let's see. I better search my own computer. Cane toad muster. There's a lot of lyrics. You have to understand. You have to cut the artist some slack. Oops, that's a tough one to find. Cane toad muster. That might be the doc. There it is. Excellent. Okay. So I got to say, in defense of myself, when I went to my absolute favorite artists, Peter Gabriel, I saw him at WOMAD there in Seattle. What an incredible show. I got to see him from the front row. And he had this gigantic notebook, like this thick, with lyrics. And he was reading the lyrics to many of the songs. And I thought, well, doesn't this dude practice, you know? Yeah, I get to ask myself that right now. No, Peter Gabriel's written so many songs that he's being a bit spontaneous. He needs to make sure he has the lyrics in front of him. And that is precisely what I am doing right now. There's never been an issue here where everyone agreed, aside from needing more cold beer at a Friday evening feed. And any family's gonna fight over how the money's spent. And God knows there ain't consensus here about the environment. But now in modern times there is a plague we all can see, where the redneck and the greenie and the miner all agree. White fella, black fella, rich and poor, the immigrant teameries, the punter and the banker, the stockman, the hippie. They brought them into Queensland and they spread to New South Wales. They moved on into Kakadu and killed the crocodile. No one could stop the menace of the cane toad running free till they ran into that crazy mob in the eastern Kimberley. Now the Kimberley's a rugged place, there ain't too much to do except sit around and drink a beer and argue family feuds. But when Bush Tucker is threatened, the goannas become few. The cowboys here got ornery, they drank and thought it through. To rally every Aussie, every woman, man, and child, to kill off every cane toad who is decimating the wild, to unify the country from the outback to the ports. It's gonna take a lot of beer and a violent brand new sport, cane toad muster. Woo, I got it. We'll issue special uniforms and sell air pellet guns for 100 rounds of ammo. Who will be the champion? Tourism gone wild, they will come from every land, from Sydney and Tasmania, New York, Afghanistan. And just when you thought this tale could not be more insane, an invitation comes from Greece, cane toad muster in the Olympic Games. And let's not forget the children, they must get in on the fun. Now every day is Easter, the toad hunt has begun, cane toad muster. Now the moral of this story here is becoming quite clear. One twisted sports idea and a few more packs of beer can unify a nation to fight a plague they fear. Join the Kimberley Toad Busters to protect the outback so dear. Cane toad muster, cane toad muster, cane toad muster. Have you got the nerve to swerve? Thank you. Thank you. A perfect performance. Wow. Okay, thank you. Cane toad muster. I love that song, and I need to rehearse it more. Oh my God. There's some great stories with that. Yeah. I love Australia. I was supposed to go to Australia this year on a really cool tour, but that got canceled because of the pandemic, and as did all musical tours in the world got canceled because of the pandemic. But that song, for those of you who aren't from Australia, you might go, cane toad muster? What is that? What is that? Cane toads are toads, and Australia, someone in a brilliant maneuver thought they would bring in the cane toads to eat, I think it was cane beetles that were destroying the sugar cane in Queensland. So you bring in one exotic species to take care of the other species. Not a good idea. But anyway, cane toads have taken over half of Australia, and anything that eats them dies. Think about that. So anything that eats a toad normally, they eat this and they die. Any mammal, any reptile. When we touch them, they're like battery acid. They burn. You have to wear gloves to pick them up and get rid of them. But remarkable story with this song. I was over my friend Lee Scott Virtue, who started the Kimberley Toad Busters. She's a remarkable environmentalist and archaeologist over in the Kimberley. But she asked me to write a song about it, and I arrived there on tour, and I hadn't written the song yet. And so I mentioned I needed to write a song at the Kununurra concert at this big pub. And during my break, I was a little tired that night, and I needed a break. But during the break, I finished the first set, and I'm setting down the guitar, attempting to run off into the parking lot so I can relax a little bit. And this inebriated man charges the stage, and he's just animated. He's beside himself with excitement. Dana, hey, Dana, come here a sec. Put down the guitar, walk over the side of the stage. Dana, I have the answer to the cane toad problem. It's going to work. I'm like, okay. He goes, we're going to start a sport. He goes, the only thing Australians really care about is sports. And we're going to start a sport, and we're going to have big contests, and people are going to come from all over the world. It's going to help tourism. We're going to issue special guns to shoot the cane toads. We're going to have uniforms. We're going to have hats. We're going to have T-shirts. It's going to bring in a lot of money. The kids won't have guns, but they'll have hunts. It'll be safe. It's going to be incredible. He's going on and on and on. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm thinking, not only is this man very drunk, but this guy's crazy. But he's going on and I'm thinking, but even though he's drunk and crazy, this is actually a really interesting idea. And he goes on and on and on and on. And then he finishes and he goes, oh, and by the way, he sticks out his hand to shake my hand. I'm the president of the Shire. That's the equivalent of the mayor here in this part of the world. So I thought, wow, okay. He's a very smart mayor. But anyway, it became this song. So this goes out to Carrie and forgetting who else. And Carrie, I learned all about dingoes from. I went out and my friend Lee said, oh, you got to go meet Carrie. She is a dingo expert. And oh my God, that was an adventure. She has 2 rescued dingoes. How are your dingoes, Carrie? I haven't talked to you in a long time. I hope they're doing okay. But to feed them, we went out and collected roadkill wallabies and kangaroos. It was it was classic. It was we'd be bombing around in this giant 4-wheel drive, and the dingoes were out running. She has to run them, and sadly, there's so much wildlife. There's just lots of roadkill, and we'd come upon a dead wallaby, and she'd pick it up and heave it in the back of the truck. And anyway, that was a high adventure. Thank you for teaching me about dingoes. And Lee has requested me to write a song about dingoes, which I have not forgotten, and I will do that. And maybe that will occur now that we brought it up again. Let me see how the charts are doing. Hello from Dublin. Hello, Anna. Okay, so we got more. We got applause from Dublin. Thank you. Okay. Dublin, France, Australia. Thanks. Okay, Carrie heard. Heather is on San Juan Island. Glad you're hoping we can interrupt you from all your editing, Heather. Carrie is out with the dingoes now. Oh, good. I'm so happy they're okay. Beautiful animals. Dingoes are amazing. They can turn their head like almost all the way around. I can't. I'm not a dingo. But you can turn so they can look backwards. They can leap from the ground to the top of the car. Boom. They can climb trees. They're the most remarkable animals. Beautiful, beautiful animals. And for those of us who have blue heelers or red heelers, they're descendants of the dingo. And they've got their energy. And beautiful, beautiful, remarkable animals. Laura is in Mexico. I don't know what part of Mexico you're in, Laura, but if you're near the West Coast, I wonder if the fire smoke is coming down your way. I hope. Oh, New Mexico. I just got to focus my glasses a bit. Well, hello from New Mexico. I hope the smoke isn't down there. Oh, I love New Mexico. There's Tracy is in Eugene. Are you still in Eugene, Tracy? God, I hope you can breathe down there. There's Jim from Bellingham. Love you too, Jim. Hi, Jonathan. What a trip this is. You can. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Now we had there's Scott. Hi, Scott. More beer. Seriously. You can accomplish a lot with a lot of beer. David Pryor. Oh my God. I got to read this. Oh my God. Hello, David. I got to put this on the. See this. Oh, and that's a picture. David, you have a picture of the two of you when you either still look pretty darn young, or you're using an old picture. Come on, come clean with us. Come clean with us. I mean, we have aged. I think we met when we were like 19. I haven't communicated with David it's been like 20, 30 years. God, we had such a good time. We were camp counselors at this relatively crazy summer camp. Yeah. We're live, so I'm not going to be disparaging, but it was fun. We had a great time. Well, we will communicate, David. So wonderful to hear hear from you, and hope you're doing well. Wow. Yep, we're over here thank you for all the applause, Anna. Yes, live here in the Smoke Zone. Let's take a quick look and see what the numbers are right now. This is what I do. I think a lot of people do. Well, maybe not everyone's as obsessive as me, but let's see. I go to the EPA has Bellingham now at, it's going around and around where she stops. Ooh, it has gone up. We are now, that's not happy. That is not happy. The EPA has us at 247. Yeah, it looks like 240. It's getting worse out there. Now let's see what the Department of Ecology for Washington State has us at. They give us worse news. Let's bring that up here. Yeah, I hope the air in England is good. For those of you who are not in the smoke zone, walk out your door. Walk out your door. I even give you permission to leave this riveting show, to take a break, to walk out your door and breathe the clean air if the air is clear where you are. Because those of us in Western North America, we can't do that. Matter of fact, when I drive to my father and brother's house for dinner in the evening, we are a COVID-19 bubble. I'm thankful that my brother came up from Seattle, lived with my dad, and I'm thankful I can see them every day. And one of the benefits of not being on tour is I miss seeing you all, but I get to see my family a lot. But when I drive the 15 or 20 minutes up there wearing a respirator, it still gets to me. It's pretty intense. Oh, here we go. The numbers from Department of Washington Ecology. Ooh, rough. Bellingham, 301. Department of Ecology. Blaine, 326. Let's look at Portland. Portland's just getting hammered. Oh, man. I think they, 500. 500 in Portland. That means the meter's pegged. It doesn't go any higher. Okay, where are we? That's the smoke news. And I have a feeling can I even go south of that? They stopped reporting on the rest of Oregon. I think they didn't want to depress us. Oh, man. Hang in there, Oregon. Hang in there, California. Wow. Very unhealthy. So anyway, for those of you who are in healthy places, air, appreciate that. California hasn't had it for 3 weeks. We haven't had it for a week. It's a very weird thing. It makes you claustrophobic. I mean, you're stuck in your house. You can't go out for a walk. You can't go out for exercise. I mean, think about it. We're already under house arrest with the COVID. We're already very limited with the pandemic. And now we can't go out of our house. And just think about it. I mean, the pandemic is really hard on young families. You know, kids at home with their parents. You know, we all love each other, but it's nice to have a break. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me? Nice to have a little break from each other. It's like that. I love that song from, that great rock and roll parody, Spinal Tap. How can I miss you if you won't go away? I love that. Anyway, it's hard. It's, I'm joking, but it's hard. It's hard on people's mental health, and the mental health on people was already taxed with the pandemic. So we all know this, but I'll just give everyone a gentle reminder that we really need to work to be gentle with each other, and we need to take good care of each other. And when someone is getting snappy, and the people close to me know that I don't always react the best way with this, but the name of the game is just, as much as possible, to remember that everyone's having a hard time in different levels. Some people are having terrible economic time. Some people have terrible health situation. Some people have lost people. Some people have lost their homes. So it's a challenging time all over the world. So we just just need to be gentle. Just need to be gentle with each other, and cook each other good food, and we're stuck here. We're lucky to be alive, and these fires, which are because of climate change and because humanity hasn't got its act together. I've been blessed to be have worked on the environmental movement my whole life on issues related to climate change, and I work with a lot of people like that, and I'm honored to work with them. We have done our best, but the truth is that the older generations have failed. We failed the younger generations, and we need to figure it out. And we're not going to give up. We're going to keep trying. We're going to listen to the youth leadership. A lot of us in the older generations are addicted to the oil. We're addicted to our stuff. I think we all know what we're talking about. I don't mean to lay a guilt trip on anyone, but I'm just kind of talking about this because the older generations are going to need to follow the lead of the youth. And we should still lead. We still need to work our butts off to turn things around, but we're going to have to take a very, very different approach to the way we live our lives if we're going to turn this around. And we're going to do our best. So for the younger people watching this, for my friends who are 14 or 8 or 22, for the younger people who are wondering what the heck are the older generations doing with this, what are the okay boomers doing? I just want you to know that there's a lot of us who are working really hard, and there's a lot of us that are going to step up and do more, and we're in an enormous place of change with civil rights, with Black Lives Matter, with Native rights, with the climate, with the environment, with the fight for American democracy, with the fight for democracy all over the world. This is a moment. This is a critical moment in human history in the world, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of good work in a lot of places. You watch the news, you might go, really? I understand the cynicism and the doubt, but the name of the game is to find good people in your community who are doing work you think that's good work. I believe in that, whether it's helping to improve the hospital, improve the schools, working on environmental issues, working with Black Lives Matter, working to eradicate racism, working to strengthen democracy, whatever the issue is. If you find it interesting, go work on that team. Or if you can't find a team that you like, start your own team or work by yourself. Research the thing you're interested in and get involved. That's the name of the game. That is the name of the game. Okay, I'm going to go back and look some notes here. You're listening. My name is Dana Lyons. This is the first episode of Apocalypse Cow. I have no idea how often I'll do the show. I have no idea how long the shows will go. But we're coming up to a logistical issue with a long show. If you perform for too long, if you do not leave stage for too long, there are certain physical realities that come to bear on one. We'll see how long I last here. Okay, I'm looking at the notes here. New Mexico. Oh, that's so cool. Lincoln. Lincoln is down in Australia. So the nice thing about playing this time of day, it's 3:39 p.m. Pacific time. That's Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Vancouver time. Is that it's +8, so it's coming up on midnight in Dublin, probably France. It's 1 a.m. But folks over there, woohoo! It's Europe. They stay up late. They have good things to eat. They're up late. But Australia, it's the morning in Australia, New Zealand. So, and Lincoln is in Melbourne, and Melbourne had a terrible time with both the fires and the pandemic. I have not talked to Lincoln, but Lincoln set up the key. Bill Oliver. That's it. Pucker lips now. Pucker. Oh, I get it. Yeah. There are a few people I'd rather spend time with than Bill, but it needs to be limited because that is a pun of my new show. Instead of apocalypse, apocalypse cow, pucker lips now. If you have friends, this is serious. If you have friends that tell too many puns, no matter how much you love them, it goes back to Spinal Tap. How can I miss you if you won't go away? Too many puns. There needs, just like the air quality meter, in Portland, it's pegged at 500. If there's too many puns, the meter can approach 500. It's like, pucker lip. Oh no, here it comes. See, this is the problem when you start a show and you're always vulnerable. You're always vulnerable to puns. You can run. Ooh, is that true, Jim? My buddy Jim Ace, who works with Stand, environmental group based here in Bellingham, said that cruise ships spread COVID in Australia. I don't know the details on that. I will learn that, but thank you for mentioning that, Jim. I will study that. And then Lincoln just started his workday in Melbourne. Let me go back to Lincoln's before I get distracted by Bill's pucker lips. What do we got for good day from heavily locked down Australia? That's right, your borders are shut down. Oregon can evacuate to here. The states in Oregon and in Australia, they can't go between states because of the outbreak in Melbourne. I hope they're getting that under control. Lucky to have clear skies down in Melbourne. Suggests that La Nina, which means Southeast Australia, will be cool and wettish this summer. They're talking about the same for us. Possible floods. Ooh, mild bush season, the bushfire season. That's good. I miss you, Lincoln. Well, if the pandemic, when the pandemic, I won't even say it. Looking forward to come a touring when I can. Oh, there's from Tibor. Olympia's at 300. Ouch. Ouch. That is nasty. Again, not as nasty as Spokane and Portland. Oh my God, Gene, how are you? God, I was hearing a lot of friends from long ago. Oh, there's the fist from Jim. I will study the cruise ships in Australia. Yeah, Jim, we never did our cruise ship song, but there's still time. Now that the reason I'm on is because usually I would go swimming right now, but since I can't swim, I'll sing to you all. I can't breathe outside. There's Dana. Okay. Okay, Janice is down in Portland. We are making fruit leather and ketchup. Yeah, since we're trapped, I've been, for the last few days, I wanted to go to the Queets. I was looking forward to going backpacking with Tim and Casey and Morgan, and I don't know if Avery was going to join us. I was so psyched, to go to the Olympic rainforest, to hike amongst the sacred trees, and I got halfway there. I was about to get on the ferry from Whidbey Island to Port Townsend, and then my friends who I was visiting there, Martha and Vern, told me, the report is saying the air is supposed to get really bad. Are you sure you want to go? Then my brother called. So fortunately, I came home because I can't breathe very well out in there. I mean, no one should be out there breathing. It sets me off. I deal with some lung stuff, so I feel fortunate to come home. But since I'm home, since I'm stuck at home, I've been working the last 2 days on new songs and some new music videos. I don't know if Frank and Jasong and Tai Ming are watching, but I need to call you, Tai Ming. I want to ask for your help on the music videos I'm working on. 2 new songs, which I'm hoping to get out before the election. So I'm supposed to be calling you right now, but I just thought I should start the first episode of Apocalypse Cow on the apocalypse. But anyway, some of us are making fruit leather and ketchup. That is a very good pastime. Let's go down. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. John Erickson. Oh my God, I haven't seen John in a million years either. Hi, John. John's a high school buddy. Are you still in Nebraska, John? My new album, the title track, is on a song about Nebraska, the farmers who fought and so far have stopped the Keystone XL pipeline. I'm hoping to release that this winter. Again, I've been putting off doing computer work till the rains come because we're going to be hunkered down big time in the winter with the COVID. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, Katie, a long time ago, I've been going on for a while. She requested, Katie from Alger requested Turn of the Wrench. I don't know if Katie's still watching, but I'm going to sing that for you now. And you can, if you're not watching, you can always watch it on YouTube. It'll be archived on YouTube. The first episode of Apocalypse Cow. I wasn't planning on starting this show until deep into the winter when I wasn't able to go play outside as much. But now I can't go outside and play because of the smoke. So the show has begun. This is episode 1. I don't know how often I'll be able to do it. I'm hoping there'll be an episode 2. I'm hoping it's going to involve some interviews sometimes some other musicians playing. Hopefully I'll tell an inspiring story once in a while, a few jokes. This is it. This is my show. I can't tour. None of us can tour. So I can, one of the coolest things is I can talk to my friends all over the world from right here in the Cultural Center of Whatcom County, Bellingham, Washington. 280. Ooh, God, I didn't even look at. Oh yeah, we're up near 300. Up near 300 with the Washington Department of Ecology. Here it is. John Svensson was a farmer. He grew the Minnesota wheat. He rode there with his daughter, high upon the thresher seat. They broke down on the hillside, the radiator spitting steam. Went back to get the toolbox so they could fix the old machine. With a turn of the wrench and a twist of the screw, we can fix the tractor, we can make it like new. But that day I got a letter that said the power lines would come right across their farmland, right across the setting sun. So they gathered all the family and talked late into the night. We cannot let them do this. We've got to put up one hell of a fight with a turn of the wrench and a twist of the screw. We'll apply a little pressure and we'll see what that will do. So they phoned 100 farmers and drove to the Twin Cities. Met there with the governor and they sued the utility. But after writing all the letters and paying all the legal costs to the power of the city, once again the farmers lost. And in the still of the evening, the wind is all you hear. I watch the waves on the wheat fields alone. I walk the furrow furrows of earth I plant year after year. This is our land, this is our home. This is our land, this is our home. So they met there at the tavern, but there wasn't much to say. The power lines may come, but they will not stay. With a turn of the wrench and a twist of the screw, what was once put together we can easily undo. With bandanas on their faces, careful not to make a sound, they loosened all the bolts that held the towers to the ground. And several weeks later, with nobody around, the Minnesota winds blew tower after tower after tower down. With a turn of the wrench and a twist of the screw, put together we can easily undo. With a turn of the wrench and a twist of the screw, what was once put together we can easily undo. And in the still of the evening, the wind is all you hear. I watch the waves on the wheat fields alone. I walk the furrows of earth I plant year after year. This is our land, this is our home. 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 Oh, thank you. Get to do the rock and roll version. Get to the long version of Cows with Guns, or rather Turn of the Wrench, because you can't go outside. You can't go outside here. So I can take the luxury of indulging myself in a longer jam and Turn of the Wrench because we have time. Because no one on the West Coast is going anywhere. And frankly, for most people all over the world, most of us aren't going where we are here under house arrest during the COVID thing, and now on the West Coast of North America, Canada, U.S., probably in northern Mexico, we're not going outside because you can't breathe very well out there. So I was referring to a situation that occurs, that can occur, that will occur on a really long show. And so far, I'm going for about an hour here, hour, 4 minutes, and 33 seconds. All right. Thank you from Bill Oliver. 465 in Portland right now. Ouch. Ouch. Stay safe there. Stay safe there, Bill. Paul. Bill Oliver is apologizing for his pun. Oh, there's Lincoln. Lincoln from Australia confirming that, yes, one cruise ship did bring in COVID-19 called the Ruby Princess. Okay. Okay. Billy Bragg. Whoops. Oh, more applause. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, thank you. Woohoo. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, lots of applause. Thank you. Rob, thank you for your advocacy, brother. I'm glad you're watching. It's crazy down here. I know. I know Alaska gets its share of burns, but wow, it's rough down here. Keep up the fight. I know you're working hard on the Pebble Mine and the Arctic. My old friend Donald Trump Jr. helped us out on the Pebble Mine. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, credit where credit is due. Thank you. On the Arctic, we're doing, I'm not sure where the Pebble Mine stands exactly, but I think we got some good news with that a couple weeks ago. And Rob's been fighting on that, and a lot of people up in Alaska. And now we're focusing our fight on the Arctic, which stopping the oil drilling in the Arctic. And that we need all the help we can get on that right now. So I'm going to be probably dedicating a show, an upcoming Apocalypse Cow episode, just to the Arctic Wildlife Refuge, because it's all hands on deck. The oil industry thinks they're going to go in and drill in the biggest, one of the greatest last remaining wilderness areas in the world, where the land of the Gwich'in Native Americans, where their food comes from, the land of the caribou. They think they're going to go in and wreck that, and we're not going to allow that to happen. We are not going to allow that to happen. Given climate change and everything else, we can save the Arctic. And I know they sold the leases, and the people who bought them, well, too bad. Too bad. You're going to lose that money, or maybe we're going to, maybe too bad for us. Maybe we're going to have to buy it back at a profit to you. I don't know how the law works on that, but I can tell you this. We're not going to allow you to drill in the Arctic Wildlife Refuge. I've been working on that since I was a young adult. It's just insane. It's not needed. You know, I'm looking out my window. I can't go outdoors and swim. I can't go backpacking with my buddies. None of us can on the whole West Coast because of climate change. And the last thing we need is to go drill in a Native American sacred site where they get their food from on a wilderness area for oil. Oh, I'm getting worked up. Oh, breathe, Dana. Breathe. Remember what you said. Remember I said, okay, tough times. Okay, you got to be gentle. Gentle. Okay. Regain composure. See, I got all worked up playing Turn of the Wrench. There's Rob. We have a little delay on Pebble. Court cases are filed. Okay. Thank you for the update on those, Rob. Okay, we're going to continue the battle to stop the Pebble Mine and to stop oil drilling in the Arctic. Thank you for all your good work on that. Oh, wow. Did I see something? Hello, Anita from the Lummi Nation. I haven't been out to Lummi for a long time. Well, I'm not going indoors anywhere, but I'm sending you hugs to you and the crew at Lummi. I know the air is really bad out there too. For those of you from different parts of the world, the Lummi Indian Nation is like we are on Lummi territory here in Bellingham, and I'm spacing out. Okay, someone tell me there I'm being a space case out out on the Mount Baker Highway. It's not the Nisqually, but anyway, it'll come to me. But the Lummi Nation has led the fight. Talk about warriors to protect the wilderness, to protect the salmon, to protect the climate. The Lummi Nation has led the fight to stop the coal export terminal here in Bellingham. And they led that fight, and the whole community weighed in. There's a lot of great leadership from the environmental groups also. But we fought that for 6 years, and we beat the Cherry Point coal export terminal. That is dead in the water. That is over. We fought for a long time, led by the Lummi Indian Nation. We so appreciate that. And there's proof. See, here's an example. Here's a little positive. I mean, I know it's a tough time. I know we're all going, oh my God, what are we going to do? But listen to this. Listen to this. Bellingham, we got 100,000 people. We're in East Nowhere. We're the, yes, of course, we're the cultural center of Whatcom County. Everybody knows that. We are the city of subdued excitement. I'm totally serious about that. It's written on a wall, and it's true. The city of subdued excitement, Bellingham. Okay. Bellingham, teaming up with the leadership of the Lummi Nation, teaming up with communities all across Washington and Oregon, we beat that coal mine. Guess coal export terminal. Guess who was the main financier behind the Cherry Point coal export terminal? Goldman Sachs. Heard of them? Ring any bells? The largest private financial entity in the world, Goldman Sachs. Lummi Nation, Bellingham, and the people of Washington, Oregon beat Goldman Sachs. Okay? Hear what I'm saying? We were organized. We worked hard for 6 years. We turned thousands of people out to hearings. Now, to do this, you have to be in a somewhat functioning democracy. Oh, Dana's getting worked up. I can hear my brother say, Dana, you're getting the tone. You're getting the tone. Breathe, Dana, breathe. We worked hard for a long time, and we had an amazing coalition of environmental groups, Native nations, people from all over the region, and we had fun, and we had bumper stickers and yard signs and bake sales and concerts, and we worked on it for years, and we won. We beat Goldman Sachs. We beat them. That can happen in a functioning democracy, and that's why it's so important to keep democracies around the world functioning. And I'm not saying that the U.S. democracy is perfect, or I'm not saying that Europe democracy is perfect. God knows we are compromised here in the United States. But it was functioning enough for the public of Washington State and Oregon State to stand up and beat Goldman Sachs. Let me repeat that. We beat Goldman Sachs. And so the reason I'm not saying this to gloat or to brag, although I'm very proud of that achievement. I'm proud of being a part of that, along with the millions of us in Oregon and Washington. But I'm saying it because we did it. I'm saying it as a reminder that for those of you who are in somewhat functioning democracies, and I know some of the people who are watching tonight are not in functioning democracies, so you can't. You can do this too. You get organized enough. The rules of the game when you're going up against big corporations, you need to frighten two groups of people. Here's your organizing lesson for Apocalypse Cow, episode number 1. This is how you win, okay? Organizing 101. There are two groups of people you need to frighten if you're coming up against a giant corporate project backed by the federal government. You need to frighten A, your elected officials. They need to know and understand on no uncertain terms that they will lose their seat if they back said project. And we made them understand on that coal port. And everyone, when they got to understand that, coincidentally, became against the coal port. Okay? So you need to frighten in a friendly way, in a respectful way. Perhaps you make them gently, perhaps this is a nicer way to put it, you make them gently understand that if they still want to collect their health care for their elected official office after the next election, they need to come on the right side of history and be against the coal port or whatever you happen to be fighting. So that's group number 1. You need to, rather than the word frightening, I'm trying to be gentle here during the Eric. Rather than frighten your elected officials, you want to have them understand and be fully concerned. Your legislators need to be fully concerned that they're going to lose their jobs in the next election. That's group 1. The second group, when you're going up against the big corporations like we were, against the coal industry, against the railroad industry, against the United States government, against Goldman Sachs. The second group you need to make fully concerned is their stockholders and their investors. The stockholders of these companies need to be informed that they're going to lose. They're going to lose this fight. And investors and stockholders and board members, they're not investing to lose money, they're investing to make money. And when you have enough people, I estimate we had 80+% against that coal export terminal, and you can win with a lot less than that. Like big corporations, smart ones, actually analyze how much opposition is it, because investors don't want to lose money. And if there's enough opposition and you frighten the investors, or rather make them fully concerned about their investment, they will pull out. And I always thought we were going to beat that mine because it was crazy, or the export terminal. But when I knew we were going to do it, when Goldman Sachs sold their share, they sold their rights or whatever to the Cherry Point terminal, because they realized that rather than make money, they're going to lose money. So being the smart investors that they are, they cut their losses. All right, fine. Goldman Sachs didn't realize that Washington, Oregon would give them so much of a fuss. All right, we made a small mistake, but let's limit our losses. Let's sell the rights to some other loser who will really take the loss. And I forget who bought it from them, but we beat them. Go team, go team. Wait. The victory lap. Okay, so anyway, that's positive things can happen. Okay, how did I get onto that? I guess, thank you from Lummi Nation. That was all because of you, Juanita. You inspired me. Okay. Kalasar is asking for my country. I will try to do that. Brad calls me Admiral. Appreciate it. I got my angry red squirrel on. What am I doing? There it is. Yes, thank you. Brad, I miss you. You're just a little ways down the road through the smoke. Send you a big hug. Brad and I have worked on a lot of issues together. Thank you. That's part of it. Thank you, Heather. Let her rip. Yeah, I was getting worked up. There's Dana. We owe so much to the Lummi Nation. We do. We are so lucky. We are so lucky to be in the same community with the Lummi and on their team. We are so lucky. Thanks. So proud of you for self-regulating. Casey is one of my oldest and closest friends. Katie, and we worked together for many years. And Katie is wonderful, and many times she had to. She's a very gentle person. She was like, Dana, it's. I don't think she used these words, but basically, it's time to self-regulate. Okay, take a breath. She tolerated my whinging when things got out of hand. Thank you, Katie. Oh, wow, Hart is watching. I'm going up to Hart. I love you, Hart and Jeffrey, also. She has an important Zoom meeting. Hart and Jeffrey have important meetings to save the world, so they should catch a brief part of my epic first show here. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you catch a little bit. I miss you. Hope you're healthy and okay down in Florida. Okay, let's go down here, and it's almost time for me to do something very important. Okay. Love and prayers from Juanita. Yep, we are. Yeah, Heidi's pointing out. Yeah, we are barely. We are. Our democracy is challenged. We got to. But it's delayed. Hart and Jeffrey is still there. Okay, that is good. So since you're still here, that means that I'm going to have to do something very quick, because one of the problems of not self-regulating, as Katie pointed out, Dana, self-regulate. Take a breath. You're going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay. One of the problems of not self-regulating and being, I'm inspired today. I'm passionate. It's tough being in the smoke zone. It's tough knowing how my neighbors and all of us on the West Coast are suffering with this. Some of us in really serious ways. It's tough. I've gotten some tough news about the virus. So I woke up thinking I need to I need to share a little bit. And I realized, yeah, dude, you know, you were going to wait to start Apocalypse Cow, but the apocalypse has arrived, and you're going to wait till you can't go out and it's raining, you can't, so it's too cold to swim. Well, you can't go swimming because you can't breathe. So start Apocalypse Cow right now. So I am. This is episode 1 of Apocalypse Cow, and Casey Neal, who's been helping me with my new songs and my new music videos. Thank you so much, Casey. Brilliant musician and old friend out of Portland, Portland is pegging at 500 right now. Protect your lungs, Casey, and your singing voice. But Casey pointed out when I was discussing whether to release these songs now, which I'm hoping to release soon, he said, there are no rules anymore in music. None of us can tour. Like, I'm going to release a new album this winter, which has been done for about a year, but I can't tour with it. None of us can tour. Making money off of music is really hard. So do whatever you want. That's what he said to me. You want these songs out before the election? Well, just do it. You know, we can make them fancy sounding or less fancy sounding. You can make a fancy music video, or you can just sing them. You can just sing them on Facebook. None of us are going anywhere. It's fascinating. You know, while our freedom in the music world, the entertainment world, is severely limited, it's also kind of freeing in a way, because I can just write songs, I can record them, I can make simple music videos and put them out. Okay, so now the magic moment has come. First time in a long show. Had I been sticking to the 30-minute format, this would not be an issue, but it is an issue, and so I'm going to, I didn't think about this earlier. This is episode number 1. I'm going to take 20 seconds. I'm going to run and get my tape and my magic marker, and I'm going to make a little sign to tape on to this thing that explains, where is that? I got to take that. That explains what is happening right now. Okay, so hang tight, okay? This might be a point. Okay, make believe we're we're in a stadium, and you think I've just played the last song, and everyone's stamping on the floor. Okay, okay, it's gonna be 20 seconds. The headphones are off. I've gone off stage. I'm coming back soon. Really? Thank you for that ovation. Oh my God. Thank you, world. Thank you, West Coast. It's smoke. Thank you, Bellingham. Thank you, France. Thank you, Dublin. Thank you, Olympia. Oh, thank you, Melbourne. Thank you, Carrie and the Dingoes. Hart and Jeffrey down in Florida. Bill Oliver, who has ceased doing more puns. Oh no, I just invited more. Thank you for sticking around. Oh my God. Oh, it's so exciting. And I'm reaching for a piece of paper, and I'm ripping off the old set list from my last show. I haven't played a show since June. That's why this is going on. And coming up, is he going to play an encore? Thank you. He owes us an encore for this ovation. Oh my God, applause from all over the world. Oh my God, is there going to be an encore? What's he going to play? I mean, for God's sake, Sienna requested Sweet New Orleans way back. That was an hour ago. The Orca song was requested. Thank you. What's he going to do for the encore? The whole West Coast is under smoke. We're all under house arrest. He's got to give us an encore. Thank you. And there will be an encore. Thank you. There will be an encore, but science is real, friends. Science is real, no matter what the current president of the United States says. It's real. Biology has consequences. Physics happens. Nature places demands on all of us. I don't know if you can see it. It's too bright. I can't tell if you can see that or not. But now it is time. If you could please keep pounding the tables, applauding, throwing confetti around your homes, making a complete mess, trying not to frighten the pets. I'm going to take a pee break. I will be back shortly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will be back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my God. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you. Got my gas mask here. Thank you. We're back. We are back. Wait a minute. This is a little concerning. The viewership actually went up while I was stopped. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, we're back. Oh, you're too kind. I'm going to play a really long encore. Oh, friends, the longest show I have ever played. And this, whoa, microphone's going down. The longest show I have ever performed, 6 hours. I've done 2 5.5-hour shows and 1 6-hour show. 6 hours with no pee break. Yeah. You're talking commitment. You're talking love. And this was at my friend Tony and Lisa's wedding down in New Mexico. Oh my God, was that a good party. Wow, I don't know if they're watching in New Mexico, but weddings are really hard to play for musicians, for most musicians, I think. I can speak for myself. Weddings are challenging for me because they're so important. They're so important. They're, a very magical and special day for everyone there. And so, I was raised on the East Coast where weddings, there were traditional weddings and there was structure to wedding celebrations, to the reception. And, there's the method with the Jewish weddings, and the method with the Greek weddings, and the method with the Italian weddings, and there's a method. There's a method in different religions, and there are rules, and and then the wedding band guy or gal, the head was part of their job when you're the performer at a wedding in the East Coast is you got to make sure that certain things happen. The bride gets to dance with her dad, and the groom dances with his mom, and they cut the cake, and there's rules. There's rules for those of us on the East Coast. I moved out to the West Coast. This is hippie country, okay? No offense, but been to a lot of hippie weddings, and I, it's like, wow, man, what are we supposed to do let's just have a big potluck, man. I'm like, no, there's rules. There's rules. If someone makes the mistake of asking me to play at their wedding at the West Coast, there's going to be rules. There's going to be cake to cut. There's going to be special dances. You got to honor the elders. You recognize the family. But once you get those dances, the bride dances with her dad and all that, and the happy couple and all that, you get things going. But once you get the dancing going with the wedding, once you get that energy going, you don't want to let go. You don't want to let go because it's magic, and that's like all performers know this. You hit this groove, and sometimes you don't hit it in a show. You're hunting for it. You're hunting for that magic, and then you don't want to let go. You just want to ride that magic. And so at the beginning of wedding reception that I'm playing, I'll toss out favorites that all generations know. Johnny Cash, Crosby, Stills and Nash. On and on. Well, wow, we picked up the energy early, and we're riding this energy at Lisa and Tony's wedding, and we went for 6 hours. Wow. It was incredible. But Kalasara requested this song, so this is my encore song. We'll find out if the crowd demands another encore song. A lesson I learned, a good lesson from my brother early in my music career was don't assume you're getting an encore. If the audience doesn't demand it, really, then don't go back out. Don't, if you're Springsteen or, a huge rock band, you can assume you're going to get an encore. Okay, fair enough. Well, I do my best, but he was right, and so we'll see. We'll see if the cacophony around Hoag's Pond is great enough. I will come out from behind the curtain and do a second encore. But my first encore is going out to Kalasara. With a 9-digit number code, I pledged allegiance to the flag when I was only 4 years old. The first thing that I learned in school is we are a country free. When bad forces attack our land, I'll fight for my country. I'll fight for my country. was 12, put on a uniform. I learned there how to fold the flag and how the look of a proud man was worn. We camped in the mountains, deserts, and plains. We hiked through the giant trees, and I saw God in the beauty there. I'll fight for my country. I'll fight for my country. Mind, the young man walks all alone. 6,000 miles away he finds for the first time that he feels at home. And he laughs to himself as he faces his fear in the land of the mighty grizzly. It once was like this everywhere. I'll fight for my country. It once was like this everywhere. I'll fight for my country. Now I love this river, love this land, and I love my green mountain home. And when they come to cut the forest here, they won't be fighting me alone. 'Cause the wildlands are the places we go to remember what it means to be free. When bad forces attack our land, I'll fight for my country. I'll fight for my country. I'll fight for my country. Thank you. That gets me all worked up. Thank you. Thanks for requesting that. Kalasara and Ya. They're on Kauai. And to all my Kauai family. I'd be there right now, swimming if I could. But Mother Nature has created a virus that has drastically reduced my carbon footprint. How about that? Well, lots of applause coming in. Thank you. My name is Dana Lyons, and this is the first episode of my new internet show called Apocalypse Cow. Apocalypse Cow, you've probably seen all the advertising for it. It wasn't scheduled to start until sometime in the winter after the rains begin here in the greater Bellingham, Seattle, Vancouver metro region. But the weather has changed and the time has changed and it is colder. It's too cold to swim and I can't go out because I can't breathe out there very well. So it's when the apocalypse arrives, then you start the Apocalypse Cow show. I kid you not, the show was going to be called Apocalypse Cow. I hadn't anticipated I'd be singing it as the grand opening for the apocalypse itself. But be that as it may, happy to be here. Let's go to the boards. See what's happening out there in the greater world. Okay, fans of Casey Neal. Oh, Terry's there. Okay. Oh, you're in Eugene. How are you doing? Oh, my God. My friend Terry's in Eugene, and it is, huge applause from Hart and Jeffrey. Oh, thank you. Oh, this. You're too kind. You're too kind. The air pollution, looking outside, I haven't looked at the charts yet, but it is getting worse. I think both Portland and Eugene are pegging at 500. Huge. Oh, Bonnie's down. Oh, Tibor, huge applause. Tibor's down Olympia at 300. Bonnie's down in Eugene at 500. I am Bonnie. Yep, you are in the smoke zone. You might get to hear that one, Bonnie. So nice to hear from you. It's been a long time. Okay. Andrea, nice to hear from you, Andrea. I'm not sure where you are right now, but it's great to hear from you. Andrea helped, was one of the main forces creating the tree book. I'm so thankful for that. Hello from down in Olympia. Pretty Candace. Yes, Candace. I saw that Spokane's getting it, so you got it too. Has any requested drop of water? Drop of water has not been requested yet, but now it has been requested. How are you doing? We have to talk. It's been a long time up there in Nelson. Christina is asking for Willie Says, and we should play that for in honor of Juanita. Oh, Adam is from Tasmania. He sent a link, and I can't tell what it says. It's Adam's a smart guy. I'm sure this is very important. Adam is a great forest defender down in Tasmania. And dear friend, The End of the World by Danny. And I can actually play that, Bill. I have Danny's permission to play that. So that's a cover song I can play legally on Facebook. Hillbilly Hippie. New age redneck. If you don't name like karma, well, I just don't give a heck. Yeah, I only have Danny Dollinger's, for those of you who don't know Danny Dollinger, he's a brilliant songwriter, one of my favorite songwriters. He's out of, he lives in Virginia now. But his album, Rome Wasn't Burnt in a Day, is, I have it on cassette form, and I have a cassette player in my 1995 Ford Econoline van that I use for touring, or I used to use for touring. Now touring is closed. But that cassette just sits in the in the cassette player. And so when I get to drive, I throw it in there, like, listen to that. Okay, excellent. What is Avery requesting? What does Avery like to hear? I'm not sure. You better tell me. There it is. Hi, I love you too, Adam. Hope you're doing well down in Tasmania. You all had, Tasmania, I think, was okay with the fires, but Australia got the fires now, and now we're getting it. All right, Bill. Okay. So let's see. I should play something. I should, with that incredible ovation from, incredible ovation. Yes, I would bring back some of the applause. Mahalo from Kalasar in Hawaii. Thank you. The great episode. Thank you. Those of us in television, we need that kind of positive feedback. I'm sure my ratings are going to be brilliant. First episode of Apocalypse Cow. I'm your host, Dana Lyons, going back. Looking through. Oh, yeah, more applause. Oh, lots of applause. Oh, so much applause. Oh, it's just incredible. Oh, there's Ya. All right. You are welcome, Ya. It's so good to hear from you. I was hoping you were listening in. Better late than never, Candace. No. And isn't that nice? Hi to Tracy. See, people, you can come to my shows and say hi to your other friends. It's like, oh my God, he's going on again. Oh my God, how long is this going to go for? Self-regulate, Dana. I can hear Kitty. Self-regulate. But you see, when I need self-regulation, you can go, oh, well, there's Tracy. I can say hi. That's the great. This is very social. Hi from Terry. In Sherwood, Oregon. Okay, hope you're doing well down there. Sharon. Oh, there's Michelle in the smoky Santa Cruz Mountains. I'm sure they are smoky. It's for those of you who are just tuning in. There's Tibor. You are a nut. You know, let's not drag facts into this, Tibor. I am a nut. Love you, Tibor. Thank you for tuning in. The reason I am here, and I suspect a lot of you are, and there's Debbie on Lopez Island. Thank you. Fraser from California says you are an animal. The roadie calling. Thank you. There's another reference to animal. Oh, there's Asha. Okay, thank you. Oh, this is great. This is so cool. This is we will rock you. All right, thank you, Scott. Yeah, I was rocking it pretty well there. I was watching Stomp, Cheer Stomp. That's thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the reason we are here, if you're just tuning in now, my name is Dana Lyons. This is my first episode of my new internet show, Apocalypse Cow. And the reason I'm doing it now is because the entire West Coast is enveloped in smoke from the terrible fires in Washington, Oregon, and California. And it goes all the way up into British Columbia, and I suspect it also goes down into Mexico. And none of us on the West Coast can go outdoors without, really honestly doing damage to our lungs. And and I'm in one of the good places, 300. We're sitting around 300. Spokane, Portland, Eugene, Northern California are all sitting at 500. That's where the meters peg. So it's a hard time. It's a hard time, and I thought I would do this because a lot of us are trapped in our houses. A lot of us are trapped in our houses around the world with the epidemic and pandemic. So I just wanted to sing a few tunes while we're going through this. Okay, what's happening next? Okay, go down. All right. This is a sing-along. This is biologically true. Your part is the grunting part. Let's hear it, world. Oh, it was in tune. I am an animal. You are an animal. We both are animals. We eat like animals. We dance like animals. We love like animals. Hey, we all are animals. We all are animals. The reptiles have some class. They slither about in the grass. They like it when the weather's damp. They party deep in the swamp. They got smooth and shiny scales, long tongues and longer tails. Ooh. The birds do it all with their beaks. They eat and they clean and they speak. Their wings take them high in the air, and who knows what they do up there. They've got dances that can't be beat, with their feathers and rubber feet. Tweet, tweet. I am an animal. The insects have some pride. They wear their skeletons outside. They can live anywhere, hot or cold, they do not care. With antennas and many eyes, they eat, reproduce, and they die. Ooh. A good life. All right, folks, this is our verse. The mammals are a wild bunch. They eat each other for lunch. They got fur as soft as silk. They feed their babies milk. They sing all the latest tunes. At night they howl at the moon. here we are, staring into our phones, looking at our computers, all across the world, in the privacy of our own homes, because we can't go have dinner parties with each other, unless, of course, you live in New Zealand, the one country that has its act together. I think there's a couple others. That's the only one I can remember right now. We're all here looking at the tube in the privacy of our own homes. And I'm going to ask you, in the privacy of your own home, dressed any way you like, eating whatever kind of chips you like to eat, to join me in this howl. A howl for the wild, a howl for the joy of being alive, albeit in this pandemic era. A howl. When you howl, remember the wolf. Remember the Arctic where they still have the wolves. Remember the bison in Yellowstone. I usually dedicate this song to Mike Meese and the Buffalo Field Campaign. When you howl, remember the people that are suffering where the air is so terrible. At 500, we're at 300. You know, we're suffering, but they're suffering worse. Remember the people who lost their homes. Remember the people. Remember our healthcare workers and our frontline workers and all our essential workers who are helping us, taking care of us every day. When we howl, remember that glorious moment. Remember all the species who are getting a little bit of a break from us. While we're backbenched for a while. Humanity is slowed down with the pandemic. Okay, when you howl, just remember the special people in your lives, your family, your neighbors, the animals that come into your yard, the deer you feed, if the deer come into your yard. Remember all the creatures. Creatures are suffering too under the smoke. They may be getting a break from the pandemic, but they're suffering with climate change. Okay, when we howl, we're all alone. We're all alone in our little COVID bubbles, in our little rooms, indoors, watching the tube. We're all alone. But when we howl, all over the world in many, many time zones, probably not everyone, but many time zones. I know there's people watching in France and Australia and Ireland and Canada and Oregon. Okay, here's the howl for the wolf, for the wild, for all the other creatures, for the joy, for being lived. And if Facebook can look back at us all through our cameras, just like 1984, and notice a very strange ritual, there are people standing in front of their phones and computers, howling. A howl for the firefighters in California and Oregon and Washington. Security people at YouTube and Facebook are scrambling. There are quite a number of people howling, alone in their homes. Children are howling. Elders are howling. They're looking at their screen and they're howling. Could this be another new, dangerous cult? But let's not forget the plants. The plants have so much fun. They don't eat anyone. They just soak up the sun. They rub their branches in the breeze. Dandelions tickle the trees. Oh, I am an animal. You are an animal. We both are animals. We eat like animals. We love like animals. Oh, we dance like animals. Hey, we all are animals. Oh, we all are animals. I am an animal. I am an animal. Thank you up in the cheap seats. Thank you. Thank you. I am an animal. It's true. It's true. Thank you. Maybe the most radical song I've ever written. I've gotten in more trouble for that song than any other song, but we'll save that up for another show. I know Candace requested a drop of water. I'm kind of in the mood to do that. Let's go down here. Oh yeah, I just need more applause. Oh yes, thank you. Oh look at that ovation. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Robert. Oh thank you. Oh more mahalo. Thank you, Kalasara. Okay. Yes. Do I need affirmation? Yes, I did. Thank you, Terry. Oh yes, thank you. We all need affirmation. Ooh, 449 in Eugene. Oh my God. Stay safe. Terry down there in Eugene. Okay. The Big Island. All right. I like the heart. Thank you. Okay. My name is Dana Lyons. This is the first episode of my new show, Apocalypse Cow. And I think, actually I've got some snacks here. I've been drying the apples from my tree all last 2 weeks. I didn't dry them this morning. I missed a day. It takes like 12 hours to dry them. They're very good. Delicious apples. One of the great things about not being on tour is I garden. This is the longest period of time I've ever been in one place as an adult, because I'm always on tour. But work at the garden. My father waters the garden. I pick up apples, I slice them up and put them in a jar. I know if you read if you watch a YouTube thing on how to do a live performance, one of the rules is don't eat while you're talking, because it makes it hard to understand. Another thing you shouldn't do when you're performing, no matter how bad the air is, performers should not put respirators on, either when they're swallowing a dried apple or during their show, and this is why. Because it changes the whole dynamic. I mean, actually, can you hear me? Can you hear me out there? I am an animal. It's not that bad. Yeah, I actually might have improved the tenor of my baritone voice. But anyway, this is what I wear. This is what I wear when I drive up to my dad's house for dinner right now. Put my headphones back on. I'm going to sing Drop of Water. This is a sacred song. I've been blessed having a lot of important teachers, and one of my most important teachers was Chattiscaden Wichitalan from the Lummi Nation. And he came up to me after a show once and he said, every song is a prayer. He said, even Cows with Guns is a prayer. And he said, when you say a prayer, you need to give it 100% of your attention and be fully in it. And so when you're singing a song, you need to be fully in it. And that's maybe the most important performance singing lesson I've ever received. And it's true. It's easy. It's easy for my mind to wander and notice people in the audience. Of course, I can't see any of you in the audience now. But actually, there's more ways my mind can wander being in here, but you got to focus on the song. But this song, the song came in an amazing way. The song is about Milton born with a tooth. Milton's no longer with us. He's passed on a couple of years ago, I believe now. But he was a warrior with the Piegan Nation, the Blackfoot Nation in Canada, Alberta, Canada. Native American. And he's famous for bulldozing a big earthen dam in Alberta to draw attention to a giant cement dam they were building on the Old Man River. But when I met Milton, I went there just to meet him, to hear his story. And he told me to meet him at the Old Man River at dawn. And he said, I will show up. But while you're waiting there, I want you to sit quietly by the river and listen to the river. And if you listen carefully, you will hear the river's song. And the river has a very sad song right now because it's being dammed up. And the dam is going to flood the graves, literally the graves of Milton's grandparents. So he says, listen for the song. And I did. I was traveling with my buddy Craig Evarts, and we listened and just hung out. And Milton never came. And one of his friends came. There's pipe carrier of the Lone Fighters came, and we built a sweat lodge. And he said, "Wait here, Milton will come." Milton never came, but the song came, and I saw Milton a few days later in Calgary. Excuse me. There's a drop of water on the wall, and the drop's about to fall, and it falls into a trickle, and the trickle's flowing down, down, down to the ground, and the moss begins to grow. Watch, 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 watch the water flow, and watch the current become a stream, busting through the seams, cracking through the concrete, bending down the steel, in a raging that is real, a tearing torrent you can feel the thunder growing, thunder underground, and in my heart the chains falling apart, the wildness in my soul, and for once in life, I know I'm not alone, for the mountains make our bones, with the oceans in our blood, our feet planted firmly in the mud. We are alive, the burning embers in our eyes, the tingling touch upon our skin, and in the heat of passion we begin to understand that we are of this land, that we are part of earth, and when she's threatened, we will fight for all we're worth. We watch the dam come crashing down, water rushing to the sea, and now the river, now the river, now the river, now is free. Is free. The river is free. The river is free. There's a drop of water on the wall, and the drop's about to fall, and it falls into a trickle, and the trickle's flowing down, down, down to the ground, and the moss begins to grow. Watch, 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 watch the water flow, and watch the currents become a stream, a busting through the seams, a cracking through the concrete, a bending down the steel, in a raging that is real, a tearing torrent you can feel the thunder growing, the thunder underground, and in my heart the chains falling apart, water rushing into the sea, and now the river, now the river, now the river, now is free. I've had the honor of singing that song at 2 dam removal ceremonies. Celebrations where they removed the dams and freed the rivers. One down in Arizona that my friend Robin Silver, he was one of the lead activists to free the river in Arizona, and I'm spacing its name out right now, I'm sorry. And I also got to sing at the ceremony at the beginning of the demolition of the Elwha River Dam in the Olympic National Park here in Washington State. Both great honors, both two of the most amazing days of my life. It's an amazing thing to be next to a river that's being freed. I don't know if rivers have feelings, but I bet they do. And I'm sure that the animals and the insects and the birds and everything that live around that have a lot to feel. I mean, I heard them react when the river in Arizona, when the water arrived at our ceremony spot. I was standing in the dry riverbed when the river arrived. It wasn't like a flash flood. It kind of gently came up around my ankles and up to my knees. I'm hoping to sing this song at the dam removal ceremony for the Snake River dams. As a matter of fact, right now I would like to invite you all to the dam removal ceremony of the Snake River dams, because the Snake River dams, they serve their purpose. I know they still help some people out, but they have to be removed. They have to be removed so the salmon, the king salmon in particular, can run free again, so the orca can have the king salmon to eat, so they don't starve to death. So the new baby orca that was just born last week can live and thrive and survive. So we have to remove the Snake River dams. And that will open up huge amounts of salmon habitat in Idaho. And the people who fish up in Idaho can fish for salmon again. And it will totally change the habitat again. The salmon will go up there, they'll spawn, they'll die, they'll rot. It will help the forests. And I know we can create the political will to remove those dams, because we created the political will to stop, count them, 6 coal ports, coal export terminals in Washington, Oregon. The people of Washington, Oregon stopped all 6. The people of the Skagit River in Washington State stopped the nuclear power plant on the Skagit River back in the 70s. People power. Just like the people of Kauai stopped the ferry that was being forced down their throat by going down and blockading the docks. People power works. And when you have enough people who say the orcas are our relatives, we love the orca, we're not letting them go extinct, and they're the primary way we can help them with their food source, at least. There's other ways we can help them too, is to remove the Snake River dams. We can do it. The people of Washington and Oregon can do it again, and we can muster the political will, and we need enough people turning out so that the vast majority of politicians understand they're going to lose their jobs unless they come out against the dams. And we don't have that political will currently, but we will. We will. It takes hard work. It takes organizing. It takes people setting up, and organizing is different right now during the pandemic. I can't go do a little orca tour, bringing together small groups of people to work on the orcas. I mean, it's hard for us to do bake sales, but being human beings, being humans, we are very good at adapting. And we are learning how to organize during the pandemic era. We're glued to our screens. We're spending way too much time indoors, but it is what it is. We have to survive this, and we're going to organize through this pandemic to remove those dams. And so I want to invite you all. I'm here and now in episode 1 of Apocalypse Cow. I'm going to announce, I'm not going to announce the date, but I am going to announce that there will be a celebration when we remove the Snake River dams. And it's going to be a huge celebration. It was such a beautiful celebration when they removed the Elwha River Dam. They did it right at the dam site, so there could only be like 400 people there, 450 people. So if it was at a larger site, tens of thousands of people could have gone. When we remove the Snake River dams, those are bigger dams, and we're gonna choose a much bigger place for a much bigger party. We're gonna have tens and thousands of us there, and Pearl Jam is gonna play, and all of our hot Washington, Oregon bands are gonna play, and we're gonna rage, and we're gonna celebrate, and I guess I'm envisioning this is going to happen after the pandemic's over, so we can all be close together. But if we beat those dams, if those dams are removed during the pandemic, well, we're going to celebrate online to the best of our ability, kombucha in hand, or whatever you like to drink. I won't make any presumptions. But we can do it. We can do it. Again, I'm Dana Lyons. This is the first episode of my show, Apocalypse Cow. The only reason I'm doing it is because I can't go outdoors. Oh, lots of nice applauding. Okay. Oh, there's Brad, damsense.org, excellent website. Terry's quoting our beloved Andrew Rodman. I'm a wild salmon baby. I dream of being as good a performer as Andrew. Tibor said I'm a nut. Andrew's a bigger nut. Oh, we miss Andrew, but wild salmon baby. We'll have to break out the video to have that one. And TWISP 303 in TWISP. Oh wait, okay. Working on Laura and the team are working up on freeing the. I don't even know how to say that properly. Similacamine from the Enloe Dam. Excellent, excellent. Go Laura and the Metau team. Okay. Stop the methanol. Right on, right on. Free the snake, water's life. All right, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Southern residents are in trouble. They need our help. There's Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. KP. I didn't know you had a computer, Karen. I thought you were allergic to Facebook. There's proof. There's proof. The last place I went before the pandemic hit was Karen's house. Karen's house. Miss you, Karen. Frank, I am slightly out of focus. That comes as no surprise to anyone. I am using only the finest in Apple technology. So am I out of focus or are you out of focus? I'm sure that Frank is right. But fortunately, Frank and his son Tai Ming are brilliant photographers and videographers. So if I ever finish this show, I can call them and say, what camera should I use, man? I mean, I got the computer to work. Isn't that enough? No, I know there's fancy cameras, and maybe since I have my own TV show, episode 1, it's huge. It's huge. I've gotten a lot of applause. I got at least 2 ovations. Maybe I should pony up and buy a $30 camera to make it look in focus. I got $30 for that camera. I have to. Frank is sending a technician right over. Oh, see, that's service. See, that's a friend. That's a service. The technician's coming over, even though they can't breathe on the way over. And even though when they get here, I'm not going to let them in the house because I'm high risk for COVID. I can duct tape off the studio. They can come in and fix it. And I have to. And Frank, I'm going to be calling you and Tai Ming because I have 2 new songs. I want to ask for Tai Ming's help on 2 new videos. I know he's in school, so I'm hoping to squeeze my way in for 2 new. We need him out before the election. This is important. There's an important election coming up. If folks hadn't heard, there is an election in the United States that matters, and I have 2 songs I want to get out before the election. And I'm hoping that Tai Ming and Frank and Jocelyn can help me, but that's a later call. First, I get it back in more focus. Okay. Well, earlier, lots of applause and hearts from Karen, proof that she does have internet access in her cabin. Imagine, I can't imagine what I bet you're pegging at 500 too up there. Frank is the man. School is irrelevant. There you have it. From a doctor, no less. Are you watching, children? We have a quote here. For all of these, it's Sunday night, and oh man, I gotta write my paper. I gotta do my biology assignment for online learning in the morning. Oh man, they're gonna make me go to online learning when I can't breathe outside. Is this really? Shouldn't there be a smoke day? Shouldn't their public school be canceled tomorrow? Oh man, but there it is. It's on my screen. School is irrelevant, quote unquote, from Frank James. It's there in the record. It's going to be used at your trial, Frank. Of course, I'm going to be on trial with you, so it won't matter. Fix the focus with more reverb. Pro tip. I'm just thankful, Bill, that you didn't say, can you turn the talent button up a little bit? Just turn up the talent slightly. Life is school. We have profoundness. Everyone on the coast is inhaling so much smoke that we are becoming profound. There's so much forest fire smoke out there, we don't need to smoke anything else. We can have our kombucha or whatever you're into. My brother promotes kombucha. And I'm not getting it. Well, I get kombucha as a kickback. So you're going to hear some plugs here. Capitalism. You can't escape it. But look at that. Life is school. School is irrelevant. He can catch up in a second. Look at all the support. There's a lot of support. Here it is. Oh my God, look at this. And Avery, the kids are giggling. She wants to hear, she's demanding cows. But we're doing an important lesson on school here. He can catch up in a second. This is, oh wow, it's Smokey and Hamilton. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Billy. I thought Montana was out of the woods. But I guess it's coming all the way. I guess if it's in Spokane, it's probably the School of Schlock. We went to the same college. Some people Well, I went to Swarthmore College for my bachelor's, but I got my PhD, Pilot Higher and Deeper, in the School of Schlock. That's beautiful. That's a bumper sticker. I graduated from the School of Schlock. That is the most accurate statement that's been made on the show today. Okay, but I'm so glad that we have support for timing. I mean, he's the boss. I have to ask him if he wants to. But now Gloria says I'm in focus. So either you got glasses issues or Gloria does, Frank. We gotta figure this out. But let's go back to life is school. School is irrelevant. Please post some work so we can support your work. Patricia, so nice to hear you. Thank you for all the shows you set up for me in Tacoma. Post some links so we could support your work. That would require effort on my part. I appreciate my friends saying, dude, man, can you please learn about Venmo? Or have you heard of PayPal? Has that crossed your radar, Dana? Patreon. I'm actually looking at Patreon. Thank you. I haven't done that homework yet. I wasn't going to start the show until I got my Venmo and my PayPal and my Patreon and all the ways you can donate and support unemployed touring musicians. But see, this gives you a sense of where my priorities are. It's like, oh wow, that means I have to be on the computer. I have to figure something out. Oh wow, I think I'd rather sing. I'd rather go swimming. But no, I'm going to do that soon because I can't go outdoors. So it's going to happen soon. Thank you, Patricia. Okay. It's good to be alive. Makes me want to howl. We did that earlier. He can catch up in a second. I am hoping that my man Time In can help me. I'm hoping. There's two, in case he's watching with Frank, there's two, I have two new songs. I went out to Orcas Island. Freedom in the pandemic era, it's all about where you can poop and where you can sleep. I know that's not romantic, okay? I know that's maybe I'm not supposed to say that on Facebook, but if you're going to travel, like I try not to go indoors anywhere, except if I have to go to the doctors. You know, I feel very thankful to the people who do the shopping who do curbside for those of us who are in high risk groups. I feel very thankful. To all the essential workers are going into buildings and doing what has to be done. But when I go, I am very thankful I have a van. I had a van to tour in, and now I got it set up with a porta potty and foam pad, 12 gallons of water. I can go to the desert. But I went out to Orcas Island, visited my friends George and Maria out on Orcas a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to do a week of songwriting, and I hadn't done that in so long, in many years. I just sat down and noodling on the songs, and oh my God, talk about the pent-up creativity and everything else that came pouring out. Oh my God. I got 4.5 songs, and some of them are pretty intense. You know, 3 are done, 1's almost done, the half needs to be worked on, but I have one about a pleasant little ditty about fascism, a love song. That song, no, seriously, that's a heavy song. I've always wanted to write one. When I was 4 years old, my grandmother, I was blessed to live 2 blocks from my grandparents. And my grandmother was my main babysitter when I was 4, and she was an activist, and she saw that I was too at age 4. Like, it's amazing what you can see in people when they're little ones. And so she recognized that she had a live one, so she started training me at age 4. And she taught me a lot of things. You know, the only thing they can't take away from you is your education. Half my family was lost to concentration camps in World War II, and that was heavy on her mind. She helped quite a few of my family escape. The only thing they can't take away from you is your education. Never trust the masses. Know when to run. You know, all these heavy things to a 4-year-old. But she was teaching me. She was teaching me about activism, and many of those lines show up in my song, Grandma's Up in Heaven Giving Hell to God, which you can find on the internet somewhere, or I'll sing it sometime. But one line she told me at age 4, You're never more than 2 steps away from fascism. To a 4-year-old, you're never more than 2 steps away from fascism. And I was 4. I didn't know what fascism was, but I knew it was the bad guys. I knew that something had happened with Hitler, and I had vague idea that bad things can happen. And she was teaching me about it because she understood that it can happen again. She understood that sometime, if I lived long enough, she hoped it wouldn't happen, but she understood that sometime in my life there could be a threat of fascism in the United States or elsewhere. And lo and behold, it's happening. And we're all doing our best to make sure that doesn't happen, to strengthen our democracy, to protect our election. We're doing our best. And I pray and going to work our hardest to not let fascism ensue in the United States. But it's kind of intense for me because I'm like, whoa, this is what Mama, we called my grandmother Mama, the oldest of the grandchildren called her Mama, and it stuck. But what Mama taught me, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. And so I've wanted to write a song about that for a long time, and I feel like I have a responsibility because she taught me this. And now it's arriving, and it has to be challenged. And so I wrote a song, and I'm recording it right now. Casey Neal is helping me from afar. Recording is fascinating. Casey taught me and record on GarageBand, ship it down to him. He adds some things, ship it over to Steve Drizos. He adds some drums. This is the way bands record now. It's all by the internet. It's fascinating. But in any case, that's what the song is about, timing, and I'm going to be calling you tonight or tomorrow. And I'm hoping you'll be into it because I'm excited. The second song is about our healthcare workers, and that's been an issue that's been heavy on my mind, and I wrote a song about it. I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to release it. I'll be releasing it soon. My mother was in the emergency room at the beginning of the pandemic. She passed away in March. 3 doctors told me she didn't have the COVID, and I think that's correct. But I was there. I was there on March 8th and 9th, right when the pandemic was arriving in Washington State. I was in the emergency room. I asked the nurse for a mask, and he told me there weren't enough masks for the nurses and doctors, much less the patients. I was there. I witnessed firsthand how our country was hanging out our healthcare workers to dry. We did not have their backs. I know that the pandemic was a surprise, but we should have produced the protective gear for them much more quickly. And I'm happy that most hospitals have all the protective gear they need now. But the delivery drivers and the grocery store workers and the people working in restaurants do not. I heard this on the news yesterday. All you people in smoke country, you really should be wearing N95 masks, but don't buy those because we don't have enough for the healthcare workers. That's wrong. That's true, but it shouldn't be that way. The president should use, the emergency military, whatever. I'm forgetting the law right now. I'll remember it when I get off. But basically, he can order companies to make things. He used it. He ordered people to make ventilators. That was a good thing. He needs to order U.S. manufacturers to make N95 masks so that everyone in the country can have 12 of them. He needs to make that order. It would make all workers a lot safer. It would make us all a lot safer. Anyway, you can tell I'm very passionate about that. I'm very passionate about that. I know things get tough and bad things happen, but when it's for no reason at all, the United States has so many resources, it's ridiculous. If the president made the order, we could make enough N95 masks for the whole world in no time. So anyway, we got to have the backs of our healthcare workers and our grocery store workers. And, anyway, there I go. Woo. Regulate, self-regulate. So I'll be giving you a call. Timing. Okay. Post some links. I will get to work on that. Okay, lots of smiles. Thank you, Billy. Where's that School of Schlock? I love that. The Big Lebowski. Hi, John. John and I was in my first rock band with John Lang in high school, Fusion. Wow, our amps were big and loud, and our guitars were flat. Oh, thank you. Okay. My grandmother rocks. My grandmother does rock. I had a badass grandma. I had two wonderful grandmothers. I'm so blessed in the love family department. Man, yeah. It was pretty cool. 4 years old, she was teaching me. Just going through these. There it is, the Defense Production Act. The president can use the Defense Production Act and order a company that makes, usually they make something similar. Like you might order, well, it's interesting that Trump ordered Ford to make ventilators. I think Ford offered to make them. So you might order a car company to make tanks if you're in a war. You might order a paper company to make N95s. I don't know. That's the Defense Production Act. With a stroke of a pen, the president can order that. You can see the sun a little bit in Seattle. First time since Saturday. Yeah, that's what we're going through. That's why I'm here. Defense Production Act. Thank you. We have educated people here. My brother Zach rocks. He does. Thank you, Heidi. And he's been taking good care of us. Yes, I am quarantined with a gourmet chef. I can hear the tears. I know you feel so sorry for me. My friend Ian, my high school buddy Ian, he's quarantined with a gourmet chef also. There's different levels of quarantine, Well, a while ago, Christina requested Willie Says, and I know that Frank loves this too, and Juanita has requested this in the past, and my brother Jules James, who helped lead the fight on the coal train and the salmon, and now the dams, and the dams on the Columbia. Go, Jules James, and Kurt Rousseau. Thank you so much for all your efforts. So I'm going to sing Willie Says. And as we're all hunkered down here in British Columbia, on the coast, British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, California, and I suspect Baja California, and now out in Montana and Idaho, the smoke's out there. We're staying inside because it's very dangerous to go out and breathe the air. And that's why I'm doing this show. It's a long show because I have a captive audience and I am captive myself. So no, I know some of you are watching the game. Willie says, here's a story that you may not comprehend, but the parking lot will crack and bloom again. There's a world beneath the pavement that will never end. The seeds are lying dormant, it will never end. Willie says, If you listen, you can hear the sound of birds. Hear their song above the chaos, hear their words. Listen to their love song that will never end. The seeds are lying dormant, it will never end. If you listen, you may hear. And the old one sits with me above the city, while I watch the madness of the world below. Then she laughs and tells me that it's temporary. Underneath the wild garden waits to grow. Willie says, when you say you are afraid, I understand. In a place where one can rarely smell the land, but the ocean breeze still blows here that will never end. The seeds are lying dormant, it will never end. Willie says, if you listen to this tree, you'll hear its song. It's the music that my people pass along. It's a dream that keeps returning, that will never end. The seeds are lying dormant, it will never end. If you listen, you may hear. And the old one sits with me above the city, while I watch the madness of the world below. Then she laughs and tells me that it's temporary. Underneath the wild garden waits to grow. Willie says, here's a story that you may not comprehend, but the parking lot will crack and bloom again. There's a world beneath the pavement that will never end. The seeds are lying dormant, it will never end. It will never end. Listen to their love song that will never end. It's a dream that keeps returning, that will never end, never end, never end, never end, never end. Willie says, Willie says, Willie says, Willie says, Willie says. Thank you. I say thank you, assuming there's applause. What a weird time this is. We're stuck in our homes looking at the tube, imagining the people near to us. Oh, you got to have a sense of humor. Oh, John. John's a bad punster, too. I got at least 2 bad punsters here. No, the Ford ventilator is a new model for 2021. Oh, my God. Hi, Gavin. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad they enjoyed the tree. Say hi to Dave Daneth out there. He's an incredible illustrator of that book. When will the suffering end? Well, we got our work cut out for us. I think it's going to come in waves. We're going to do our best. Bonnie was quarantined with Camille, now 21. Oh, I knew Camille when she was a baby. Camille's a gourmet chef too. Oh, okay. We got more people quarantined with gourmets. Okay, where are we here? Oh, lots of applause. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Clap, clap, clap. Oh, lots of, oh my goodness. Oh, this is huge. This is a big deal. 25 years since I first heard you play, and you look and still sound the same. Great. And look almost the same. What do you mean? I'm not sure where you're coming from on that. You're welcome, Christina. Thank you for recording or requesting that. Thanks, Katie. Thank you. Oh, Zoe gets Gordy bread. Well, it's a matter of luck. It's like, it's funny. The pandemic, it's almost like a game of musical chairs. Who are you stuck in with a bubble? who can you allow? Who are you in the house with? Hopefully you're. Well, lots of us are in the house alone, and hopefully you find your own jokes amusing. Oh, clap for Montana. Thank you, Montana. Also. Hi, Terry. It is still comforting. John, I wonder if the clouds ever look down and say, hey, look, that one is shaped like an idiot. Oh, okay, we're Thank you, Terry. Okay, Terry, you don't age, Dana Lyons. I'm just going to leave that up for the rest of my life. I'm going to paste that on my mirror. Self-love, self-appreciation. Oh, that was a good joke. I am blessed. Me and Swilcanum. Hi, Swilcanum. I don't know if you're out there watching, but Swilcanum, he and I are blessed with, we love our own jokes. We think they're very funny. Over and over and over, much to the chagrin of our families who tolerate us and our friends. And, some of you might be saying, oh, well, maybe that's a type of deficiency. It certainly is, but it's a very happy deficiency. Oh, yeah. Like people ask me, do you get tired of singing Cows with Guns? I'm like, oh, no, I love that song. I mean, unfortunately, it's a really long song, so it changes up, but yeah, to love your own jokes, especially for those of us who are alone. I'm alone in my apartment, but I get to go have dinner with my brother and my dad, so that's I have 3 people in my bubble. But yeah, for those of us who are alone, you gotta be creative. You gotta be creative in your how we stay amused during this era. Will you please let Zach know he's welcome to join you, visit me in Maine? Thank you. I will let him know. I'm going to see him in a couple hours. Like your guitar, a standing ovation. Oh, God, we've unleashed a monster. Oh. I miss you, John. You send me all these. I've known John since I was 13, and John was 12. And John periodically sends me these links through email, and I don't respond to most of them because I hate looking at the computer mostly. It's not that I'm not interested, but it's just so nice to have him here and plaguing us all with the Ford ventilator. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal, John. I might be repeating some of your jokes. A standing ovation. Yes, laugh out loud. I agree. Oh, okay. This is getting harsh with the puns. Okay, we might And where's the block button? where's the punish button? Punishment. Get it? Punishment. Okay. Okay. I've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes and 14 seconds with only one pee break. You're listening to I'm your host, Dana Lyons. You're listening to the first episode of Apocalypse Cow, a show that was not supposed to begin until the winter months when I was trapped in my house. But I'm trapped in my house earlier than expected. And so Apocalypse Cow, the first episode, has begun. Apocalypse Cow is a 30-minute format. But sometimes the host forgets to self-regulate. I love that term, Katie. I'm getting a lot of good terms. I can't even remember what Bill's pun was about Apocalypse Cow. Something about lips. Press. All right, I'm sure he'll remind me. Apocalypse Cow, episode 1. And my dream for Apocalypse Cow, I've been thinking about doing this show for a couple of years, is I want to do some shows where I'll tell the story of a song, like I might tell the story behind Cane Toad Muster or Turn of the Wrench or Drop of Water. Some shows I might have requests, like this one. This is a request show because we're all stuck here in our cubicles here on the West Coast under the smog. Some shows I'd like to interview people, people doing wonderful things around the world, sing a song or two. Some songs I want to have some of my friends on, fellow musicians, have a little jam, trade tunes. Apocalypse Cow. Came up with that title. Speaking of bad puns, I'm not immune from bad puns, as some of you may have noticed. I know that my friend Dean Evanson is not on Facebook right now. He must be watching the game, but because if he was, wow. Some of the worst punsters of my life: Bill Oliver, John Lang, Dean Evanson, Robbie Lieben. Robbie Lieben helped me write Cows with Guns. Endless bad cow puns. Okay. Crazy times. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Where's the rubber chickens? Where's the rubber chicken emoji? Like, I need a button that I can hit and a rubber chicken lands on the screen. You know, obviously I need to have something that goes on the screen that says pee break and applause. And where's the rubber chicken emoji? I started a movement. The rate your puns are coming in, I'm going to have a different kind of movement, John. And that's going to interrupt the show for a longer time than a pee break. You know where I'm coming from on that. Oh, man. Okay. As the puns come in, the audience is dropping. Turn that off, honey. Turn that off. Isn't there something with violence and sex we can watch? I have had it up to here with the puns. I would rather watch politics than these puns. Turn that off. Apocalypse Cow, indeed. That's a great movie. He shouldn't be making fun of that movie. Okay. We got more. We got disciplinary. We got pun disciplinarians coming in here. Oh no! Apocalypse Cow. That's a bunch of crop. Okay, so I can hear it in about 2 years from now. So Dana, what did end your career? You had such a promise thing going. What ended your career? Well, I started this show, Apocalypse Cow, and it degenerated into endless puns and endless puns. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, we've lost control. I gave my last rubber chicken to Peg, and Peg deserves the last rubber chicken. I had a t-shirt delivered to me from Peg just recently, and Miss Peg Millett, one of our great environmental activists and singers. Oh no. Oh, please, people. Oh no, 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 no. We're out of control now. It's a pandemic and we're too much fun. Come on, people. Remember, look outside. Go out. Okay. We're going to ask all the punsters to go out and take a big, deep breath outside. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Get a few particulates rolling around in those lower lobes of your lungs. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sensitive to that stuff. Oh. Only you can hear I know. I got to hit end broadcast. End the broadcast, Dana. Dana, hit end broadcast. Punt. Dana, punt. Oh no, Bill is back. Bill, I thought you were having drinks with the Easter Bunny there. I thought, isn't it your bedtime in Austin? Isn't it too late? No, we got too many. There's too many. 3 of the worst punsters of my life are online now. Okay, so thank you, Bonnie, for requesting the tree. I think I'm going to sing you a new song. In case Timing is watching, this is the song I want help on making a video. I have to grab my lyrics because it's so new. Oh wow, it's getting dark. It's getting dark here. When night comes earlier. When the air quality is so low. When I last checked, Bellingham was up around 300. Spokane and Eugene and Portland up around 500. Way scary. Way scary. Okay, I'm moving my mask out of the way. Gotta make room. Room for my notebook. Getting my tape and... Oh, no, they're still coming in. They're still coming in. Oh, speaking of bad puns. The San Juan song. Wavy gain. Oh, this is getting worse. I'm going to eat some of my freshly dried apples. Organically grown in my yard. I share them with the rabbits and the deer and the rats. If you're interested in doing a YouTube show of yourself, your own, it's really important not to eat while you're on camera because it makes it much harder to hear what you're saying, especially dried apples. Now, maybe a piece of papaya might be smoother, less chewing, but apples, don't do it. Don't do it. A few things worse than eating dried apples when you're live online. Unleashing your audience doing puns is one of them. Okay. I'm getting hungry. Okay. I'm going to get my notes here. Hold on. Got my notes. Okay. Now I got to find it. That's the fascism song. So Timing, if you're still watching, this is the first video I want to do with you, if you're up for it. I know my friend Heather is out there editing video, and for those of you who make or edit videos, it's hard work. It's a lot of work. So I am appreciative. I'm appreciative to people who do that work. So I hadn't intended on world premiering this, but for those of you who are still here, you know, we're coming up on the 3rd hour of this show. My first, I'm starting to feel the smoke. I think it's getting worse. I haven't been running my air filter in here, so I can start to feel the smoke coming into the house. Excuse me. And I think it's getting worse. It's looking much worse outside. But this is the first episode of my half-hour-long show, Apocalypse Cow, which has gone 3 hours. That was inspired by the apocalypse. on the West Coast, the smoke. And I know that everyone's trapped. So I've had some rough news on the COVID front this week. My friend Karen from from North Carolina, two of her sisters have it, and for people's privacy, I won't say people's names, but so my prayers are with your family. And Karen's a healthcare worker, and I have a lot of healthcare worker friends. My friend John Finkelstein's a doctor in Boston, and Frank, who's watching this now, is a doctor here, and he's the health officer for San Juan County. And my friend Monica's a nurse, and I got friends who are nurses and doctors and aides and firefighters and police and ambulance drivers. My friend John Lang, he drove ambulance many years. And it's tough. It's tough. And I've had a lot of them tell me, and this is true for all of us. I mean, I just know it's a hard time. We just need a break. But the healthcare workers, they need a day off. They just, the rest of us, for those of us who, thank God, are still healthy, we're watching it on the news, and, it's affecting our businesses and our jobs. And it's hard. It's hard on all of us. It's hard on our kids. Going to school online, going to school in person. I think that's going to end soon. I think it's going to be online, and I appreciate all the work the teachers and the educators are doing to make that work as much as possible. The parents who have to work at home and their kids are at home. It's a challenging time. And I started writing this song. Wow, it's getting so dark I might even have to turn the light on. And I was waking up on Orcas Island doing songwriting at George and Maria's. I was camping in my van. I went down to the little meadow, and this song came out. And when I do songwriting sessions, I go and I pick up my guitar and I just noodle around on the guitar. And if I get something interesting, I record it. Used to record it on tape recorder, now I record it on my iPhone. And once in a while I get something, I really like that, and I'll noodle around the guitar, and then I'll make start saying some fake words, nonsense words, blah, 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 to go with the tune. And then sometimes real words just come out. And that's what happened in the case of this song. And the words that came out it was morning. I was doing all my writing in the morning. Excuse me. Smoke's getting bad. And the words that came out were, give me an easy morning. Give me an easy day. It's been a hard-hitting winter. Give me an easy day. And I wrote that, and I taped it, and I go, that's kind of cool, but it's kind of sad. Now, who needs an easy morning? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here writing songs. I have an easy morning. It's not me. I'm lucky. Sitting there writing songs. I said, who needs an easy morning? I'm like, oh, I know who needs an easy morning. I know who needs an easy morning. My friend Karen, who works at the hospital, needs an easy morning. My friend Monica, my friend John Finkelstein. My friends who are police officers. My friends are getting up, going to work in the grocery stores, the post office, UPS. The school teachers. The kids. We all need an easy morning, really. But my passion has been for the healthcare workers because at least here in the United States, we haven't done enough. We haven't done enough, and we can blame it on our president, and certainly he takes a lot of blame. But in the end, it's up to all of us. When we have a lousy leader, whether it's at whatever level, we need to make a lot of noise, and we haven't made enough noise yet. I mean, the healthcare workers, we made a lot of noise. The healthcare workers I think they finally have the protective gear they need, but a lot of people don't. So we got to make that noise. And this morning, I learned that my dear friend Josh Green got diagnosed with COVID-19, and I can say his name publicly because it's public. He's He's a dear friend. He's like family to me. And he lives in Hawaii, and he happens to be the lieutenant governor. We met when he was 16, I think, when he was looking at Swarthmore College as a perspective. He came to a show I was doing there, and he said that the show, my concert, caused him to go to Swarthmore. I'm honored. And he found me many years later to tell me that story, and we've been tight friends ever since. But Josh is not only the lieutenant governor, he's of Hawaii. He's Hawaii's doctor. He went to Swarthmore and then went and did medical care in poor countries, and he started clinics for poor people in parts of Hawaii, and he works with. He's started clinics for drug addicts. He's just a wonderful guy and a talented guy. And I remember when he was running for lieutenant governor, I happened to be in Hawaii, and I went down and held the sign at the corners. You know, Josh Green for lieutenant governor. Excuse me. I'm going to have to turn my air purifier on here soon. Smoke's getting bad. And it was outrageous. He was a state senator then, but most state senators are not celebrities. And, you know, there's cars going by and honking and saying, "Hey, Josh," and there's alcoholics and street people and junkies and working people, and everybody's walking by. "Hey, Josh. Hey, Dr. Josh. Hi, Dr. Green." I was like, oh my God. I said, "Josh, how does this work?" And he goes, "Well, you know, I'm on TV a lot for being a doctor." And, you know, he was wearing his doctor things. This is my uniform. They recognize me. I've never seen that. But Josh is leading the fight along with the governor and other officials in Hawaii for COVID-19, and they were doing a great job, and I applaud them. I'm so thankful if I want to go to Hawaii, and I'm not going to because I'm not going to get on a plane, but anyone going to Hawaii has to quarantine for 14 days in their hotel room. They can't leave or they'll get arrested. I love it. I loved it when some folks from New York got arrested in Hawaii. I thought that was awesome because they're protecting their elders in Hawaii. You know, Hawaii is a tourist haven. They don't need the rest of us showing up there and giving their elders and the rest of them COVID-19. And so it's upsetting to me that Josh has it. I hope he's doing okay. I think he is. But, you know, it's a scary disease for all of us. He's young and strong. I think he'll be okay, but it's still scary. And he thinks he got it from, might have gotten it from one of his security people. You know, the governor and lieutenant governor in Hawaii have security people around him, and obviously, and security people got it. He got it. My friend Karen's sisters, one got it from playing with her grandchildren, and another got it as a therapist. She worked as a therapist. Someone was really having a hard time. The telemedicine wasn't doing it. She agreed to do an in-office thing. It's a big room with high ceilings. The windows were open. There were fans. They had masks. They were distanced, and she still got it. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because it's part of what I'm going through, and it's part of related to the song. And it's also just to remind us all that we need to be careful. This has been going on a long time. I'm sure this is true for all of us. There's times when you're just like, oh, I could bend the rules a little bit here. You know, is this really going on? You know, it's easy to do. It's human nature. I've been very strict about it, but I have those moments also. So I just want, learning that several of my friends have it now. This weekend, I'm like, whoa. So, you know, this elementary school teacher died. You know, it's heavy. So take it seriously and protect yourself and protect everybody in your family. And here, I'll try to sing the song before the light goes down anymore. And I'll dedicate this to all the healthcare workers and the first responders. I've got so many friends who are doing it. If I try to list the people, I'll forget some names. So thank you. Give me an easy morning, and give me an easy day. It's been a hard-hitting winter. Give me a long, easy day. I hold the hands of the dying, adjusting the tubes, tending the sick, reusing my mask for the 10th time. How much more can we take when things are like this? So give me an easy morning, sing me a bright, happy tune. Take me to dreams when I am sleeping, where I believe this isn't true. I tie on my gown with the drawstring, put my head cover on over my hair, with my face shield on. I am ready. I smile at my team and forget to be scared. When I get home, shower and laundry, put my old slippers on and watch bad TV. My husband is strong and my kids are trying. I worry about them, they worry about me. So give me an easy morning, just give me one quiet day. It's been a hard-hitting year here. Give me a long, easy day. Give me an easy morning. I just need one quiet day. It's been a hard pandemic year here. Give me a long, easy day. Give me an easy morning. Give me an easy day. I could use one easy morning. I could use one quiet day. Ooh, that's hard to sing. Huh. That's a world premiere. That's the first time I've performed it in public, pandemic public here online, such as it is. I thought I would wait till release the official video, but I just felt I wanted to share it with you. It's a hard day. It's a challenging time. I can feel the smoke coming in the house. You know, our friends and our neighbors, our community members are in the hospitals right now, taking care of people. They need a break. We all need a break. We got to do our best, but we're not getting one. But we got to do our best. We got to do our best. Got to be gentle with each other. Remember when someone sends you an aggro email or their voice gets a little weird on the phone, whether it's your boss, or your coworker, or your family member, or someone loses their temper. Remember, they're all we're all going through it, and it hits us in different ways at different times. Some of us have it worse than others, but we all have it. We all have it, you know. Kids not being able to play together. I think, frankly, it's hardest for kids. I worry. I'm concerned about my friends who are teens and kids. You know, those of us who are older. I'm concerned about the elders, you know, the folks in their late 80s and 90s. That's got to be enormously frustrating. They don't know how long they have, and they're stuck. But those of us who are older, we have a little bit of insight into how life goes. There's ups and downs. There's hard points. There's beautiful points. We've learned a few tools to keep ourselves sane in hard times, but younger ones haven't learned as much of that, and so we got to be there for them, and we got to be there for each other. So just be. If someone's rubbing you the wrong way, and it's going to happen, I'm sure it's happening to us daily. Just remember that other person's having a challenging time. We don't fully know where they're at. Mental health is heavy right now. It is hitting heavy. I think we all know that. I'm really proud of the schools here in Washington State. I've heard from my friend Tim McHugh, who's a teacher. I've heard from Alia, who's going to online school. Washington State is encouraging the teachers to, quote, go easy on the academics. Make it fun, make it interactive. This is online, you know. The kids and the teachers are online for 5 hours in a row. 5 hours, 10-minute breaks. You know, they're talking about how we have a mental health situation, serious one, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful that there are people wise enough to say, yeah, academics are important, and we're going to squeeze in as much as we can, but most of all, we're going to try to bring a little joy, a little connectivity, a little inspiration, a little humor, and so it's challenging. All the teachers have been training on how to teach online. That's like a brand new job. It's bizarre. You know, I'm in training. I'm doing this show. This is my new job. I mean, it's an easy transition for me because I'm an entertainer. You know, basically I just got to figure out the technical stuff and just make believe. Make believe there's applause. In any case, that's my new song. First time I've ever shared a brand new song on it, on the internets. All right. Well, it's getting dark here. It's time for me to see just how bad the smoke is. It's time for me to go over see my dad and my gourmet chef brother. Time for me to put on my respirator, get in the car, and drive over. Yeah, so thank you for watching. This is a long show. I'm sure none of you watched the whole thing, or maybe some of you did. Hope you took a pee break. Wow, 3 hours and 15 minutes. This has been good medicine for me, hopefully for you too. And I'm going to sing you one more song. I haven't figured out what that is yet, and call it a day. And then I'm gonna go look at all your comments. And I know I didn't get to some of the requests, and I know I promised Sierra Sweet New Orleans and didn't get to that. Sienna Sweet New Orleans didn't get to that, but I will practice that song and get to that someday. But I'll be reading everything you said, so thank you. I have traveled far and seen the magic of this place so far away. Halfway around the world, so far from you. Ancient dancing trees, blown to perfection by 1,000 years of wind. Giant rivers fall from a lake so blue. It's hard to understand. They dam a river with the glaciers almost gone. As if nothing's wrong, we march on through. Lovers in a time, the word forever is a question on the wind. 12 billion hands begin what we must do. And that is why, my love, we hold a candle to the eminence of night. We pass the mantle with our children's ancient rights to green and blue. We rise up once again. We may not live to see the dawn before the end. Let's make an omen now to savor this, my friend. The green and blue. Lonely is the night when I forget that there are children everywhere, cuddling ragged bears where dreams come true. Deep beneath we know that we are better than this mess we have become. You reach for the hold, and I'll lift you. And that is why silence of night. We pass the mantle with their children's ancient right to green and blue. We rise up once again, born with the knowledge that the dawn will come again. Let's take a moment now to savor this, my friend, the green and blue. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. That song is called The Green and Blue. You probably noticed I forgot the middle verse, but I know you understand. Wow, the smoke is coming into my house. It's time to run the air filter. Air purifier. I worry for my friends who don't have air purifiers. Wow, it's starting to affect my voice. It's starting to affect my lungs. My name's Dana Lyons. Thank you for watching. This is the first episode of Apocalypse Cow, so I guess I have begun my show. I'll look forward to the second one. It's a 30-minute format, and sometimes it goes over 3 hours. I try to do it, well, I have no idea. Maybe I'll do it weekly. I'll do it when I feel like it. I wasn't planning on doing it today, but I woke up and I looked up at the smoke and I thought, yeah, as Katie said earlier, we could use a diversion. We could all use a diversion here. So stay safe, stay sane. If you're in a place with good air, go out and breathe it for those of us on the west coast of North America. My website is cowswithguns.com. You can watch future live things on my YouTube page, which is Cows with Guns Guy. My Facebook music page, Dana Lyons Music, or just put Dana Lyons in Facebook. And I think I've even started a site for I started Apocalypse Cow Facebook site today. So it'll be on that. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. It is time for dinner. Rock on, team. Rock on. There's a big team. Never forget this. Never forget this. I know things get depressing sometimes. There's a big team of good people working in every language, in every country, in every climate, all over the world to try to create a sustainable and just society. The reason there's anything good in this world at all is because people have worked years to create it. Every hospital, every school, every park, every wilderness area. People work on those things. I know humanity is not doing well with the environmental situation, but we're an amazingly creative bunch, and we rally sometimes. We rally. Sometimes we unite and we rally, and we do the right thing, and we do great things. Sometimes. Sometimes we really blow it, but you already know that. But there's a lot of us working. Join the team, start your own team. This is the push. The apocalypse is here. The great teacher is here. The industrial era lesson has arrived. Let's continue working and have a good time doing it. Good night.